time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning.
Kevin is the host.
And his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. So don't get her pissed. It's Jason talks like a spaz. And they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Here we go. Welcome to the KVJ show. Good morning, Virginia.
Good morning, Kevin. How are you?
Good. We don't have a bird with us today?
No, Denny's checking to see right now what's going on because nobody's heard from the bird.
Uh-oh.
What's the word, bird?
What's the word on the bird?
Man, all the things that could have got him. The gator that he's been filming by his house might have turned the tables and said, gigs up.
He said, not today.
Not today.
Not today.
The stalker could have got him.
Oh, geez. Let's hope not.
Lots
That's
of
crazy.
things.
Yeah.
Denny's, have you heard from him? I know you just were feverishly dialing.
Yes, he texted me back. I think he was just a little bit delayed with Chewy this morning.
Oh.
So
Okay.
Should be here shortly.
Okay,
All right.
nothing dramatic.
Didn't know gators.
No gators got him. No stalker.
I
It's
think
all
we're good.
working. Okay. All right. Well, how did you have a good birthday?
I did. Nice
That's
and
good.
relaxing. Virginia
Okay.
made me a bunch of cupcakes, and around 7:30 last night, I ate all of them in one sitting.
You did?
Yeah. So
What did you do right before 7:30?
it all kind of correlated with it. So there's a lot of regret around 7:40. But yeah, it was nice and peaceful.
That's good.
It's,
I did the
sounds
same thing
lovely.
on my birthday. You have to give yourself a little cheat day on your birthday.
Yeah.
In the course of about 48 hours, I ate a whole entire cheesecake. So a few cupcakes, you're fine.
Yeah,
That's
it was
good.
like 6 cupcakes.
Okay, that's good. That's
pretty good,
Night.
yeah.
That's good. Night.
Mags has this formula where she makes red velvet cupcakes. And so she taught me how to do it. You put real milk chocolate chips in your red velvet cupcakes.
Okay. Can't go wrong with that, huh?
Next
Makes
level.
them gooier,
Yeah.
Kevin.
Oh, gooey's good. That's a great word when it comes to snacks, huh?
Warm gooey.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll get the bird here in just a little bit. Hold it down until then. If you're just waking up this morning, get into the habit of putting the KVJ show up on your TV. It's really easy to do, and pretty much every single TV out there has the capacity to do it. If you have Xfinity like I do, you can actually use the DVR. It'll take you to YouTube, and you go to the KVJ show, and it'll put it up on your flat screens. You know, the Roku and the Fire Sticks and the Apple TV and all that kind of stuff has it as well. And then a lot of smart TVs. Pretty much everybody got a smart TV these days.
You're right.
Yeah, so you can just go there and go to the YouTube and look for the KVJ show and watch us on your flat screen TVs or even your mobile devices.
It's the KVJ.
Dirt of the day.
It's the KVJ.
Dirt of the day.
Virginia, take it away.
Cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, more drama on the set of Ellen DeGeneres' show.
Jeez.
Coming up in a second.
Wow.
I'll tell you what these poor people are going through now. They've had a rough go.
Unreal.
Before we get into that, Hugh Grant is talking about how he had COVID earlier this year. Like a lot of people are now, coming out and talking about it. I think the shame is a lot less now that it's more pervasive.
Yeah, it's just getting to the point where it's like, who hasn't had it?
Right.
You know, it was when it first started to come out, it was like, oh, it was a big deal. So-and-so got the COVID. And now you see it, you're like, okay, yeah, so what?
He says he was freaking out when he couldn't smell or taste anything, and that was certainly scary. But the funniest quote he said on his whole thing was like, "It felt like an enormous man was sitting on my chest, sort of like Harvey Weinstein or someone."
Oh, okay. All right.
I like how you can get a little Harvey dig in there.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
All right.
The fire crews had to show up at Denzel Washington's house last night. It sounds like a furnace that had just been serviced was catching on fire, and smoke was seen coming from the home's second story. Luckily, the fire department was able to get in there and contain it, and his family did get out safe. But yeah, Denzel Washington's house could have been really sad and caught on fire worse if the fire crew hadn't got there quicker.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. furnace. That's something we don't have a lot of in Florida.
No.
You hear a lot of gas problems, furnaces and gas.
There
and
are, yeah.
blowing
I
up
remember
and-
that when I used to live up north. Yeah, there would be some. They'd blow up buildings and stuff. It's crazy.
No thanks. I'll
Yeah.
pass on the gas. Ellen DeGeneres has another round of drama going on this week on the set of her show. Warner Brothers, that produces her show, has just had to do major cutbacks within their whole umbrella, and it affected about 17 staffers. 17 people got fired from Ellen's
Uh-oh.
staff, and they had fired a bunch of people already, so this is
Yeah.
like a second round of layoffs. She addressed the whole thing, saying, that she's heartbroken, but that it was out of her hands. Eesh. And that is what's going on in your dirt of the day.
Want to see what Virginia looks like on camera? And Kevin and Jason? YouTube.com/KVJ Show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
All right, he is with us now. We got Bird here in an interesting, is that a wolf costume that you have on today?
It's a werewolf costume,
Werewolf,
Kevin.
yeah.
It is,
Okay.
yeah. It took me forever to get ready today.
I bet,
mean,
yeah,
that's
it was
just the
tough.
first thing we got to
Yeah.
tackle. No, I was late today. If Chewy doesn't eat his food for whatever reason, and he wasn't eating his food, you don't want to give him his insulin shot because then he can get sick.
Oh,
so I
okay.
have to wait for him to eat to give him a shot, and he was just being a little bit of a booger today.
Oh, okay.
He just wanted to sleep. I was laying with him, rubbing him. Come on, Chew, get some food here.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to eat right away. So
Yeah.
I'm at the mercy of him sometimes. So if I'm late
Sure.
a couple minutes, it's usually because of that.
Okay.
I try to let Dennys know. I'll go, Dennys, put an extra song in, or let him
Yeah.
know that, I got Chewy over here.
Tough being a dog dad.
It's tough when they're older.
Yeah.
He's an old dog. He's
Oh,
just,
no.
I hope if I get that old and I'm not moving around so great, I hope someone take care of me like that.
We'll lay and rub you until you eat.
Yeah, and then walk me. That's what we're all looking for, right?
Put an adult diaper on you and
Yeah.
flip you over so you don't get bed sores.
Yeah.
All of it. I mean,
important.
I know you're kind of sounding gross, but it's kind of romantic, right?
Is it?
Growing old with somebody, isn't that the goal? Growing
Yeah.
old and gross with somebody?
Yeah, I guess.
Do you have anything particular in mind today?
No, that's all I got.
Okay.
I'm just talking about why I'm late and
Okay.
chewy and stuff like that.
I got you. All right. Virginia, how about you?
So, not this Friday, but next Friday, I am making good on my promise to Magnolia, and I'm taking her down to the Keys for her little extended weekend. We're going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come back Monday. That's good, right? That's a cute little fun trip.
Sure. Yeah.
But I have reservations down in Key West that start Saturday night. So Friday night, we're kind of going to drive until I can't drive anymore. Mama gets tired. I'm old.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be working on that day. So I'm not going to be like fresh as a daisy
It's
to
a tough drive.
It's a tough drive. So my question to you, Kevin, you're familiar with the Upper Keys and all that. Where should we stop? Do you have any suggestions of places that we should stop along the way, because I'm not doing the whole trek to Key West in that one day.
Yeah. To me, what is typically best is, you've got Miami, and then pretty much, maybe you could find something in Key Largo, possibly. But then Isla Morada is typically the stop. I mean, if you're going to find anything there. If you get down around near Marathon, I think you got like your Hawks Cay and some stuff down around there.
Does Island Morado have more than that one tiki bar you drive by?
Yeah.
It seems like it's an amazing tiki bar. I think I've been there before.
Yeah, Isla Morada's a cool little strip. They've got a couple little resort places that are in there, a couple nice, interesting little restaurants,
I
a cool
stayed
little
there.
place on the water.
I stayed at that Postcard Inn, and it was
Yeah.
kind of expensive.
Yeah, some of them are not. They have Chica Lodge is right in there, and that's kind of a cool place to check out. But yeah, those are my recommendations. I think for the most part. I mean, you got a Taravella a little bit north of that, but I've never stayed there.
Stop at Boca.
No. I got to get past Miami, at least.
So Miami's the goal to get to at least there.
I got to get in the Keys, and then I'm willing to stop anywhere in the Keys. I don't want to spend a lot because we're not going to be enjoying a resort or a hotel.
Yeah.
It's literally a place to crash, and I just want to go someplace that doesn't have bed bugs.
Okay, yeah.
It's not like it has to be fancy. I don't want to pay as much as I paid at the Postcard Inn because that was kind of high.
I wonder what the weirdest little town in the Key West area is, because it's kind of weird already. Who's the king of the weird down there? That's where you should go.
I'd love to have a fun story, like if the place I stayed and we stopped had like a cool backstory and something very like unique about it.
Do not accidentally walk into a motorcycle bar in Key West. I did. I have a story. I don't feel like telling it right now, but it is kind of weird, man.
Okay. There's a lot of interesting things that happen in the Keys.
It's very colorful down there.
It
Yeah.
is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people were saying that Isla Mirada is your best shot to check out there
Okay.
if you're heading down. Just to put this on everybody's radar here for this weekend, the 2020 Fort Lauderdale International Film Festival is going off. This was last weekend, but this weekend there's a couple things to check out. In fact, starting tonight, they're going to be showing Grease. You're the one that I want. The one that I want. Hoo. You can check that out. They're doing a drive-in format at the Coral Ridge Yacht Club tonight. Now, the Coral Ridge Yacht Club is on Yacht Club Boulevard there in Fort Lauderdale, and it's $35 per vehicle to go in there. But if you'd like to see Grease at the drive-in format tonight, you can do that. Load up the car, and if you get 5 people, it's $7 a person.
Huge fan of Grease. I think I might be the only Grease fan on the show. Do you like Grease?
I'm not a huge greaser.
It's so good. Come on.
I do like the singing, but I think it's a little played.
I thought I was just talking to one of the pink ladies, but I guess I was wrong.
Tomorrow, they're going to be showing the Bohemian Rhapsody at Dania Point. It's along I-95 at Compass Way in Dania Beach near Sterling. You can check that out again, $35 per vehicle. And then at the Coral Ridge Yacht Club on Saturday, they're showing a Bond twofer, Casino Royale and Goldfinger. Is going to be playing on 2 floating screens there in Sunrise Bay. So I think that's a kind of a cool little way to see a movie. In fact, you can go there and rent a kayak or a paddleboard or a canoe and paddle out there to watch a movie, a Bond movie on the water.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a little something different if you're looking to kind of get out there. And they also are offering floating aqua cabanas. It's a cabana that's on the water.
Ooh.
Fits up to 5 people. It's $100. That's $20 a person.
Floating cabana.
And they'll ferry you out to your seats by dinghy. So they'll take you out in a little boat. Yeah, I thought that was kind of a cool little different thing.
That's fancy.
I love cabana. I love that word. I love dinghy. I'm in.
Yeah. So if you're looking for something different. Rain still kind of hanging around today. 80% chance of rain. Friday, Saturday at 40%. Sunday's going to be beautiful, though.
Good.
Just a 20% chance of rain, so looking really nice.
We deserve it.
Yeah.
Really? Saturday rain, too?
Just 40%.
Okay.
But yeah, it's, we're getting there. I think we just got to get through to Sunday, and then we're going to start seeing good weather. It's going to be 84, sunny. Going to be great. I think the Dolphins home on Sunday, so that might be cool to go check that out. Boy, people are high on the Dolphins now. Man, oh man.
Wow, how quick things change.
Yeah.
We love a winner.
Yeah, they've really turned it around. Then next week might be a little bit windy, but the temperatures are going to be dropping down into the mid to high 70s by Wednesday. So,
nice.
Yeah, so just a couple things going on. If you're already looking at your weekend, you can get that plan going. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, what are the things that you hate when people do, but you got to admit you do it too? We'll talk about it next. Something else you can check out tonight, the Torrid Meteor Shower is going to be arriving.
Ooh.
If you like looking up into space to see rocks fly by, this is just your jam.
You want to watch it together, V? I'll come over. We'll lay in the golf course. It'd be fun.
It's a little wet right now, but yeah, sure, why not?
I mean, I can just come over. You don't have to go out there. I can just use the golf course.
they'll be like, "There's a prowler on hole number 9."
I feel like you would see it better in DeQuesta for some reason.
Yeah, Tequesta is super good for looking at stars. I do love that about walking outside and just looking up. You can see so much.
Yeah, there is definitely truth to that. You want to stay away from the city. So if you're looking out of your balcony at Brickell, you're probably not going to see anything. They say that look for like a nice dark spot. So if you want to drive 5 hours away, you can go to Tequesta and watch it with Virginia.
It's 35 minutes.
Okay. Well, it depends on where you are.
Exactly, Kevin. It's
Yeah.
not 35 minutes.
It's all
either.
relative. Yeah.
Oh, I make it here, and I go fast, though, but I make it here in like 27.
Yeah. Yeah.
They say that after midnight tonight is going to be your best chance to see it, and they believe the meteor shower is going to produce about 3 meteors an hour, but some people project as many as 15 meteors per hour.
Whoa.
Is that a legit excuse as a boss why you're kind of tired and you come in late? I was watching the meteor shower. Is that a lame excuse?
That's pretty lame.
It's pretty weak.
Yeah. I'm not going to give you a lot of forgiveness on that. There might be some slight cloud cover, but about that time tonight, not a big chance of rain. So, that might be something to check out.
If it was the weekend, that would be cozy. Go out to the woods, couple sleeping bags, look up at the stars. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Depends upon what you're into, my man.
What do you do?
As long as there's no mosquitoes. Are we past mosquitoes? Because if there's mosquitoes, I'm out.
I mean, if you're going to camp with Virginia, just know you're camping and complaining.
To me, like a Red Roof Inn, that's camping.
Yeah. I have a feeling you probably complain there, too.
Oh, I would definitely complain if I was at a Red Roof Inn.
If you are in a bad mood, you might be the worst person to camp with. If Virginia was in a
yeah.
worst kind of mood.
If I didn't have my basic amenities, yeah, it's not going to be good.
Not going to be good. Not going to be good. All right, well, what are those things that you hate when people do it, but you also know that you do it too?
Complain about camping.
Yeah. You're guilty, huh?
So guilty.
Yeah. Some of the ones that I saw mentioned online on Reddit, clicking a pen. You hate when somebody does it, but then you'll notice every now and then you just kind of get in that groove where you have it where click, 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 click. And you're like, what am I doing? I got to be so annoying.
It makes fun sounds. It does.
You're a fiddler.
I am a fiddler. You called me out on something that I think should be on that list. I cannot stand when somebody has that nervous, restless leg syndrome. You're sitting next to somebody, they won't stop shaking their leg, but yet I do it all the time.
You
the
and
nerve of
Kevin.
it.
Yeah, I do it
You
all the
and
time.
Kevin both have that.
I'm not talking about Kevin. It's cool Kevin does it.
I do it.
I do it
no
too.
doubt,
My
yeah.
mom did it. My mom had that restless leg syndrome when she would sleep. And that is, I have a little bit of that. It sucks.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I've done a deeper dive on myself as to why I do it, and I'm so laid back and chill that when I am relaxed, I don't do it. But when I need to focus on something, whether in a conversation or when I'm doing the show, I need to do it. It's a way of me kind of kicking up my focus and attention.
It
So,
wakes yourself up.
Yeah, if I don't do it, the show would sound a lot different. You go, oh my gosh, this show is so tired and boring.
But you're not doing that because you're annoyed. You're doing that just to make yourself a little bit more alert.
Yeah, I have to. It's just I got that lazy brain, ADD. I don't know what it is, but yeah, my focus will be gone if I'm not shaking my leg and really having to. I got to work at it to focus.
I do too.
It's tough. It's real tough. Another thing that I know I do that has got to be so annoying, and yeah, I probably hate when other people do it too, but you ever get a delicious beverage, and a lot of times for me it's one of those smoothies, just so good to the last drop, and you get down to the
Sure.
bottom of the cup and it's just not enough, or there's just something there and you see that there's a little bit more goodness, and I'm making that noise, and I get it, and it annoys my wife so much. I'm like, I don't want to leave it.
I get it.
I
Yeah.
can't, and I know because I've heard other people like, really?
Oh, you should see me when there's no more sauce left in the container. I mean, I'm licking, I'm flicking.
Yeah. I know it also drives my wife crazy when I'm eating crunchy food And sometimes you don't notice because, again, it's so good. And I think it's kind of fun, the crunching noise that you hear. So sometimes you will chew it with your mouth open because you're enjoying the crunch, but everybody else is being very irritated by your chewing.
I get lost in eating sometimes because I'll be eating and I'll be enjoying it so much that I will forget all about like manners and like closing my mouth and
I do
like
the same
not
thing.
making noises.
You
And
got to be conscious when you're doing that.
You gotta be. And I will be at like a meal with people, and then all of a sudden I'll look down and be like, oh my gosh, what? I'm an animal.
I've done that before. I'll be eating something. I go, Bird, there's people around you. You're not alone naked in your bed. Stop it.
That is the best way to eat. Alone.
Naked in your
I
bed.
don't know about naked,
Well,
but in your bed.
That's not sexual. It's more about freeing.
I know, but I don't want to see my gut while I'm eating chicken wings. Like, I want to be in a moo-moo and have it covered.
Moo-moo's a good thing, too.
Moo-moo and chicken wings in my bed. You know I'm happy.
What do you hate people doing, but you do it yourself? Reddit said not answering back emails.
If it's important and someone's not answering me back, I'm like, that son of a biscuit. Why are they not answering me back? But if you look at mine, I haven't answered a lot of people back.
Also, interrupting others while speaking.
Yeah.
I don't
that.
know what you did.
I do that.
thought,
I think it's just the human condition. If you get excited and you want to say something, like you're just, I don't know.
my whole family's kind of like that, where someone will be saying something and you get excited by what they say. So you're like, I want to talk to. It's not. We're not trying to be rude people. We're into what you're saying. You've triggered the excitement button.
Yeah. It's that the hardest thing I have, again, it's just, I think with my mind the way it is, what I really hate is you'll have something great to say to build on the conversation, and you're sitting there and you're kind of waiting, and then they go a little bit too long, and then the thought's gone. And then they end, and you've got nothing to say because you forgot what it was you were going to say. So now you just have awkward silence. You're going, I did have something really good to add a second ago, but I have no idea what it was.
You come off like a pothead, short-term memory.
I am.
What happened? I
am.
didn't say something.
Telling elaborate stories that don't have a point. You hate other people doing it, but you'll wind up doing it yourself.
A lot.
It is rough, though.
Especially if I'm drinking, I'll start a story and then I'll just like, where was I going?
That's the worst. when you realize that you're telling a story, it's not making sense. You're losing the room, and you're like, how do I reel this
And
back in?
you forgot the ending. And you're like, drinks? Shots. Who wants a shot?
It's tough, man. It's also tough when somebody does tell a long, awful, boring story. That's where I get the restless leg syndrome.
What do you hate people doing, but you do it yourself? Holding up a line at the grocery store.
Oh, I hate it.
You get so annoyed when you're standing there going, really? Like, you're not ready, you don't have your card ready, or you're writing a check, or whatever it is you're doing. It's like, can you speed this up?
Yeah, some guy, he must have been 113 years old, was writing the longest check at Publix the other day. It's like, dude, oh my.
Dude, you got to go debit.
Please go debit.
Please.
It took so long. And he did this weird thing that I'm seeing a lot of people do at the grocery store, where they have 3 sections of groceries. They'll pay for the first one, they'll pay for the second one, and then pay for the third one, all in different transactions. It takes kind of forever.
Yeah.
Especially when they're doing 3 checks.
Another thing that people hate other people to do, but they do it themselves, trolling on the internet. It was really kind of interesting because I was reading a thread on Twitter yesterday, and somebody was defending, in fact, I'll tell you who was defending, oddly enough. Remember the other day I brought up about how Governor Ron DeSantis hired a Buckeye football blogger
Yes.
to crunch data for COVID in our state, and he's moving from Columbus to Tallahassee. The following day, the Miami Herald did an interview on that guy and be like, can you believe DeSantis hired this guy? Because I guess he's also a part-time Uber driver.
Oh,
And-
the guy's just hustling.
Oh, and the Miami Herald ripped him apart. And today, the
For
Sun's...
driving Uber, they ripped him apart?
Well, they were just saying that Governor Ron DeSantis hired this guy. He's not an epidemiologist. He's just a basement statistician that is trying to like crunch numbers himself. And they say he's a conspiracy theorist and he's always wrong. And how could DeSantis hire somebody so incompetent? And then the Sun Sentinel jumped on the Herald story and posted it today. So, yeah, everybody's ripping apart this guy I was talking about
What
earlier
do you
this
think
week.
about this guy? Does he have the? I mean, it doesn't matter where you are in life. Yeah, you may be a brilliant guy driving for Uber.
Yeah.
Can you bring it?
Yeah, absolutely. I've enjoyed. I thought some of the stuff that he's posted up has been eye-opening. But again, with all of it, you have to look at. All of us are just trying to find the truth in these COVID numbers.
Thank you, Kevin.
It's interesting when the news source becomes the actual news story.
Yeah.
It's weird when that happens.
Yeah,
It's
and-
not supposed to
Or when
happen
you
usually.
feel like they're telling you something that fits their agenda, and you're like, wait a minute, I just want numbers and facts. I don't want your agenda.
Well, the thing about it is, and what was refreshing about what he's got the Rational Ground and a bunch of these other bloggers, and they're all being under attack because they're not epidemiologists or doctors or anything like that. They're people that are taking the numbers that are provided by the Florida Department of Health, Johns Hopkins, and they're really trying to look at it. And for instance, like I pointed out the other day that the Sun Sentinel said, 43% increase, but they're like, okay, well, look at what that 40.
What is that?
It sounded alarming. And then they'll take like a number that the Sentinel or just even any other paper will put out that they've done that's alarming, that you don't, not knowing anything about coronavirus and not being a doctor yourself, you're like, oh my gosh, it sounds like the sky is falling.
Well, it
and the
makes me
world's gonna
feel
end.
like they want me to click here. They want
Yeah.
me. They want me to click through because they're scaring me with a crazy headline, and I don't appreciate that. As a consumer of information, I want facts, not clickbait.
And so often what a lot of these bloggers will do is they'll say, okay, let's look at that 43%. Here's what it means. Anything could look, drastic if you take this number versus that number. And so they kind of lend a little explanation, and it's given me a little bit of sensibility and peace and calm. So I have appreciated some of the stuff that they've been doing as I've read it, because I'm like anybody else. When you see that, it's alarming.
I don't want to be alarmed.
I don't
if it's
either.
not with just cause.
Well, I'm already doing all I can do. I'm wearing my mask. I'm social distancing. I'm not going out. So
I'm losing my mind. I'm
Yeah.
losing my friends.
So don't alarm me anymore. I'm good. You don't have to scare me anymore. And the people that you're trying to scare, they're so defiant, they're not going to listen to you anyway. They're doubling down. So these whole little headlines that everybody's putting out with about COVID to scare you, it's not really doing any good, because the people who are listening are now terrified, and the people who are not listening, they're just more defiant than they were before.
It's clickbait, though. It is
Yeah,
clickbait.
But that's how it's dividing everybody on COVID.
One of the first lessons I learned about the internet was don't trust blogs. Blogs are a dangerous game, my man.
Well, who do you trust?
Exactly.
I think the point is you don't trust
Well, that's
really
the
media or
thing.
anybody.
I've got to figure out who's the guy I can trust and then keep going to him to get my information. And if it's your Buckeye buddy, great. If it's the Sun Sentinel, great. But I just want to know who the hell it is.
Well, I look at all of them. I like people that show their work.
I don't
like
have time
people
for that.
Seem
I
to be
don't have time.
sensible. So
See, you look at 12 different things and then you disseminate and you analyze. I don't have time for that.
Well, it's so when people call you out on stuff and all you say is, hey, just show me whatever you can show me to defend your point. Show me the literature.
Yeah.
Let's see it. It's
Yeah.
all about just what you can prove.
yeah, what I say is I'm just going to tell you what somebody else put out, and I'm just letting you know. I'm the mouthpiece. I'm not a guy who's crunching numbers. I'm not an epidemiologist either. I'm just trying to read and make some rational sense of all of it.
I probably should be an Uber driver.
yeah, right.
I feel like I would be a good/bad Uber driver. Good for the conversation.
Personality.
Terrible as the driver, but get pulled over a lot.
You just need a Tesla. That would drive you around. You just sit there and talk.
Seems expensive.
I'm an Uber driver that doesn't drive.
Seems genius. Well, trying to make sense of COVID and the stories that are out there and what is going on, and hopefully we have an end to the madness on the way. It seems like to me what Fauci was saying, vaccines, possibly April, you might hopefully see something that's working and out in the population and a good number that could start slowing the spread. We'll see how many people are going to take it. I'd seen yesterday 65% of people said if it's 90% effective, I'll take it. So that could be good.
I mean, 90% is high. Because remember they were saying, oh, well, if it's like 75, that's good. And then they came back and said 90. And I'm like, wow, that feels like way higher than they even were hoping for the best.
Yeah, I mean, there's still, are you going to reach a good point even with 65% of people taking it? And that's why what I think is also important is the treatments are getting better. That number that I read out yesterday on how they've lowered the percentage percentage of people who get COVID that actually die now because of the treatments being better. So they've got a couple medications out there that are help making it less severe for people. Some of the people who took part in that Pfizer vaccine trial said that it made them feel like they had a severe hangover, but then once that went away, they tested positive for antibodies. So they were saying that, yeah, it's tough at first, but it's worth it. And I've heard that with the flu. I've never gotten the flu shot, but I hear that you feel a little bit maybe wonky.
Yeah, I think that was if it had an active virus in it, the live active virus. I don't know if they do that anymore.
Okay. Well, that's what's going on with the vaccine. So hopefully things will start getting better. And so now people are kind of like turning their thoughts to, okay, maybe going to a concert or getting out. Can I kind of start doing some of that stuff? And there were some data that had come out yesterday from Stanford University. And they had found that small, crowded indoor places like restaurants, gyms, hotels, houses of worship account for 80% of the coronavirus infections. In fact, they said 80% of infections come from 10% of the places that people are going. So those are the places that are kind of demonized. And, of course, you can imagine cramming people together in a concert hall is probably going to be one of those places that they're like, ugh. But the concert industry is really struggling.
Well,
I've seen that a lot of small concert houses are just going to go out of business, and we got several here in South Florida. You would hate to see that.
not only the concert industry, the theater industry. I got some friends that do local theater, and it is dead, man.
It's been really tough for them as well. So you can see why they're just trying to come up with any solution they possibly can to safely get people back into these productions and get people back to work the way that, or at least some semblance of what it had been. And now Ticketmaster is working on a system where you'll have to either prove you've been vaccinated or test negative in advance to even get past the gate.
Huh.
Now, the concept would work like this. You would buy a ticket, and after buying the ticket, you either have to verify that you've been vaccinated within a certain window, or you'll have to test negative 24 to 48 hours before the show. All of this will be done and proven through the Ticketmaster app.
But what happens if you get a test and you're negative? You got the 24 to 48 hours, but in that 24 to 48 hours, you were hooking up with, Corona
Connie.
or COVID Connie.
You get it into your system, and you're going to be
Well, it just
spewing
doesn't
out.
make any sense.
Yeah, that's what's going to be tough. And, even on top of that, the thing that a lot of these places are having to combat is they say that a black market for negative COVID-19 tests is popped up across the globe. And, we were talking to Randy, who is on 97.9 WRMF here, and she's going to be heading to Jamaica. And she was talking about what it was like just trying to get through the paperwork of that added by COVID. A lot of places to travel to, it's very difficult. And so people are now finding bunk negative COVID tests just to be able to travel. And I've seen in life, too, with jobs. Jobs will be like, nope, you're not coming back until you give us 3 negative tests or whatever it might be. So some people are like, I got to get back to work. They're going to these places and getting bunk negative tests so that they can get back to or get to wherever they want to go.
Wow.
They say in France, 7 people got arrested last week for hawking doctored coronavirus tests.
Oh, my.
In South America, Brazilian officials arrested 4 tourists that showed fake tests trying to get into the country. And in England, a guy was able to travel to Pakistan by using his friend's negative COVID-19 test, and he just changed the name. He said you can simply get the negative test, change the name, birth date to your own, and put a test date on within the time limit required. You download the email, change it, and then print it, and you're good to go.
Wow.
Be easy to fake a COVID test.
Yeah, of course people figured out how to beat the system.
Yeah, and it sounds like the response that I was reading, the Ticketmaster theory on how they're going to try to do that, people were shooting holes in it right and left. Other people were just defiantly saying, well, that's a little invasive on the privacy. I'm not going to do that. Other people thought that you were going to mark me with the mark of the beast. So, you had a full scope.
The
of
gambit of paranoia.
The gambit of paranoia of people saying why they weren't going to go with Ticketmaster's plan. So
Oh, boy.
it might be back to the drawing board for them. We'll see. Coming up at 9 o'clock this morning, you get qualified for the 5K Workday Payday. Every single Friday, we hand out another $5,000 check, and we'll give you $100 when you qualify on the hour from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. today right here at 97.9 WRMF. Some celebrity birthdays going on today include Anne Hathaway, that is turning 38 years old.
Same age as Britney Spears. She'll be 39 in December.
Wow, thank you for that little tidbit there, Bird. Very impressive of you. Be able to drop that in here today. Saw a cool little story about Anne Hathaway that was out, and they have got right now on Instagram. It is a site that is on there where people are going on and sharing stories from celebrities, and apparently Anne Hathaway had gone into this meeting, and there were a lot of people, and there were various ages, and this little girl comes up to her and she's like, "I'm sorry, but can I ask you for your picture?" And Anne Hathaway told her, she's like, first of all, never apologize for something that you want. And she said, let's take the photo.
Unless it's murder.
No, I'm sorry, I'm going to kill you. I never apologize for what you
You
want.
should apologize for
The
that.
kid walks up to you and says, "I'm so sorry, I have to kill you."
I'm so
That's
sorry.
horrifying.
I want to kill you. Never apologize for what you want, kids. I don't know, Ann.
Unless it's murder. Okay, there we go. That's a good addendum there to that. Let me see. A couple other birthdays. Ryan Gosling is turning 40 today. Also, happy birthday to our miracle baby turning 9. Love you and so proud of you and your kind heart. I love always Mom, Dad, Sophia, Mark, and Mia. Also, we'd like to wish Eric a happy 45th birthday for the third time. Love always Meredith, Skylar, and Bagheera. That's from Meredith. And also happy 18th birthday to our lovely daughter Mackenzie from Mom, Dad, Dylan, and your pet pals Izzy, Mushi, and Houdini. There you go. Fantastic stuff. Got a birthday you want to hear on the KVJ show? You can let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com, and we will be happy to give you a hookup. Talking about Anne Hathaway's having a birthday today. She was listed on that Overheard Celebs Instagram page, and it's an Instagram account where they collect people's stories of their random celebrity encounters, and they go through and kind of like verify them as well, just to make sure that, people aren't telling blatant lies. So they try to get another source, or they'll take something like a video or a photo and say, okay, that shows legitimacy with this celebrity encounter. And I just think it's kind of interesting. And some of these actually kind of sound like the way the celebrity would respond. Like somebody had said that they met Dave Chappelle in an AT&T store back in 2004. And they said, I was like, holy crap, you're Dave Chappelle. And he was like, holy crap, you're a random white dude.
That's funny.
Doesn't that sound like Dave Chappelle?
That's totally Dave Chappelle. That's awesome.
Somebody else said Bill Murray told an airport bartender my ID was fake.
There's so many Bill Murray stories.
That's amazing.
He just goes around life just clowning, having a good time, and he's always around a bar. You notice that?
Is.
Yeah.
That's why he's happy.
Yeah, you're right.
I told you about how I had a baseball coach that got into a fight with him during a softball game, and I think there was some drinking going on at that thing.
Yes, there's some classic Bill Murray's hammered stories that are out there.
I love it.
Yeah, I think one, he was on the golf course and got hammered, took the golf cart to the bar and parked it out front. I think I remember that one. Which, it's handy, right?
Sure.
It's completely illegal. But, Somebody else said about Matthew McConaughey, my first job in L.A. was a set production assistant, and Matthew asked me to get him a beer with ice out of his fridge because he said, I like to hydrate while I dehydrate.
That's funny.
And that sounds like Matthew McConaughey.
It does.
This is kind of interesting. A run-in somebody had with Jane Lynch. Does a lot of great stuff.
She's sassy and quick. I feel like if I ran into her in Publix, whatever I need to say, I better say it quick and not take too much of her time.
So imagine how you would feel if you're in this situation. This person was walking their dog outside of their office in Hollywood, and they see Jane Lynch. And you're like, okay. You're with your dog, and you see Jane Lynch. You're like, oh, okay, wow, cool. And then Jane Lynch starts staring in my direction pretty intensely. So you're standing there with your dog as Jane Lynch is kind of staring you down, and it's an intense stare. And then all of a sudden, Jane starts walking towards me with a purpose.
I'm like, uh-oh, what'd I do?
Uh-oh. She comes up to me and then smiles and says, "I'm having a rough day. Can I pet your dog?"
Aw, that's sweet.
Isn't that just kind of random and like, you'll never believe what just happened to me today?
It is weird when celebrities act like real people.
Yes.
Remember that one time we were interviewing Sinbad, and then after the interview, he didn't want to leave. He wanted to kind of just stay and hang out and talk with us.
Yeah.
I'm like, Sinbad, aren't you busy?
He wanted to
fell in
hang
love
out
with that
for
guy.
a while, and he
Yeah.
was adorable. He was so kind.
Super nice and awesome. It surprises you when someone acts normal like
You're
that.
like, wait, you're
people
having
too.
fun? You're
Yeah.
actually enjoying yourself?
They're real people too.
Oh, that's a sweet Jane Lynch story.
And somebody said, I told Jerry Springer with glee, "Hey, I used to come home from school and watch your show when I was a kid. You shaped my childhood." He responded, "I'm so sorry."
He seems like he's got some self-deprecation. Do you remember when we saw him?
We did. We saw him in Sarasota. What's that big round thing you drive around?
I'm on Circle. Is that it?
Yes.
He
I'm
was
on Circle,
walking.
something like that,
We were
yeah.
driving through it, and he was going across the crosswalk, and Jay Bird goes, "Damn, that's Jerry Springer."
No, we started the Jerry
and then you
chant.
started going, "Jerry,
Yeah.
Jerry."
And he was waving
Yeah,
at
he
us. No, he wasn't annoyed. He played
No,
along.
he was
Yeah.
giving us like the raise the roof.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where he lives. So that's pretty cool. I saw this challenge. Can you name a famous person whose name is also a sentence? To give you an example, Jeremy Irons. He's Jeremy and he's ironing.
Roger Waters.
Roger Waters. Yeah, you're right.
Flowers.
It could be like flowers, yeah.
That's cute.
Some of the suggestions they had here, because I'm like going, okay, how many can I think of?
Britney Spears.
Yes, absolutely, which it makes it sound like she'd be a great football player.
It does. Or
Yeah.
a wrestler.
Christopher Walken. It's what he's doing. He's Christopher.
He's walking. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Your boy, Ben Folds.
Yeah.
That's what he does, Virginia. He's Ben and he folds.
Oh, he better be amazing at folding shirts.
Yeah, could you imagine if you got a
Your name
job
is-
like at the Limited?
If you're Ben Folds and you can't fold his shirt, like you're a lie.
Well, I did get a job at the Limited, and I was a terrible folder.
Jason can't folds.
I was the worst. I am the worst folder.
We believe you.
Amber Heard. Hello.
Oh.
Right?
I was talking trash, then Amber Heard.
Oh.
Robin Quivers.
Okay, that's a good
That's
one
what she
too.
does. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mark Spitz. You know, old swimmers.
Yeah.
How it works out. I believe he was in the Righteous Brothers. Was he not? Was that right? Bill Withers?
Yes, Bill Withers.
Was he in the Righteous Brothers?
I don't think so.
Who's Bill Withers?
Bill Withers.
Bill
I-
Withers is an older comedian, maybe?
no, Bill Withers is a singer. I believe Bill Withers sings "Stand by Me"
Okay.
or "Lean on Me." Lean on me.
Lean on me.
Yes.
When you're not strong.
Bill Withers.
Okay. Jordan Sparks. That is a famous name that's also a sentence.
Okay.
And that could lead to George Burns. So there you go. Some of the ones that people suggested.
I played baseball with a kid named Tommy Spanks.
Did you really? Wow, that kinky little devil.
Oh, I bet he heard it.
Yeah. Are you a regular person that has a name that is actually a sentence? You can let us know. 877-979-WRMF. Yesterday, we were talking about what a big deal it was. PS5, is that right? That
Yes.
just came out, and they had a little bit of a snafu in the ordering, where apparently it got out and people grabbed it before the pre-order came out, and they were all out when they went to the pre-order.
Sweet Denny's been trying to hunt one. You can win them too at certain fast food places. They have little deals. You can win the
I saw
system.
it was that Burger King or something like that. They were just handing them out to random people.
Yeah. I went on I tried to help get one of these
Yeah.
for Denny's and had not a very good experience trying to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you go?
Well, if the employees don't know what's going on
And they usually don't.
with the contest, I mean,
Oh,
Sweet Denny's, I don't know if you
wow.
want to. I don't know if you want to rant.
So they're saying, no, we have never heard of this contest. We have no idea what you're talking about. And I was like, well, you guys have a sign on your door for it. So what does this mean? And the guy went out and read it, and he's like, yeah, we're not doing it here. And I was like, well, why do you have a sign here?
That
They
is
gave
so
me the hardest time ever about
Yeah,
it.
that is really annoying and terrible management. I know
Terrible.
I know you're a
manager
fast
The
food
manager
place.
was next to them while this
Terrible
lady was
management.
yelling at me about it,
Well,
and then he didn't feel like dealing with it. It
He
was
actually,
crazy.
the one person walked away from Denny's and said, "I can't even deal
She
with
goes,
this."
I can't deal with this right now. And I was
Can't
like,
deal with
Unbelievable.
Denny's? He's not confrontational.
well, I go, hey, I didn't make the rules to this contest. I'm not trying to ruin your day or anything. I was like, the contest says order from your app, show the person at the thing. They give you a receipt, and you type in 4 numbers from the receipt, and then you're eligible to win this thing, right? They would not give me a receipt.
It was poor form from the king.
Oh, it really is. That's
Damn.
terrible. I mean, to me, don't do a promotion if you can't get every place running.
Don't have a sign on your door promoting
unbelievable.
it.
Well, I felt weird saying it, but I'm like, there's a sign on your guys' front door that says PlayStation 5 here.
Want to
so-
go outside and read your own door?
They did, and they
Yeah.
still gave him a
The guy
hard
went out
time.
there. He goes, "Yeah, we're not doing it." And I was like, "You just read the sign on your own
And
door."
they still had. Well, I mean, to me, that's false advertising. If you're not doing it, you got to sign up that you're doing it.
I would have been so pissed. I would have gone over there and ripped the sticker off the door and just shredded
Hey, let me
it.
help you out. Let me help you. Let me be your manager for a minute.
Let me help you be an idiot.
It was multiple employees that was disgruntled about it.
Well, nobody had heard of it, so there starts a line starts forming behind me because I'm taking so much time from these people.
oh boy.
And I hear the guy behind me muttering to his kid, "Get a damn job and buy one." And I wanted to turn around and talk so much trash, but I didn't want to talk trash to him because he wasn't involved in this.
And by the way,
amazing.
this is piggybacking in the same morning, by the way, of a horrific Walmart experience.
So I went to return something from Walmart,
wow.
and get this, and I'm not trying to, if
Yeah.
you're clients or anything,
Go
but
for it, Denny's.
You're good.
the worst thing ever, I bring this item back. I got an internet extender, and then this is something, just a PSA for everybody. If you have Comcast or anybody that you get internet from, after some time, they update their equipment, and you can go in there and trade it out for the newer equipment at no cost. I didn't
Okay.
even think about this, so I got an extender. Well, I went to return it to Walmart, right? But I didn't have the box because I was using it for about 4 days, and I realized that I didn't need it. So I went to return it, and the lady told me it's more important to have the box than the actual item, and she couldn't return it. And I was like, "You can't return the item with a receipt and the item itself." And she goes, "No." And not being an employee of the establishment, I suggested personally, what if I went to the back where I bought it from in this store and brought you the box up here? Could you
Right.
scan that? And she goes, "Yeah, but you'll need somebody to escort you up front because otherwise they'll think you're stealing it." So I was like, "Not a problem." I went to the back and I got the employee and I explained the situation to him. And he goes, "Oh, I got a bad knee. I'm not walking this up."
That's unbelievable.
And I go,
Really?
"So
What?
do I do?" And he goes, "Well, I'll have to call an employee for you, but I'm real busy." It was 25 minutes until they got an employee to come back there. And then he complained the entire time he was walking me up, saying that he
unbelievable.
got called out of his normal stuff to come help me walk
That's
this
not my
up.
problem.
This is
And I go, I just want to return the
That's not
item.
my problem. I don't need to
This
hear
is
that.
within an hour. Burger King, Walmart, poor sweet Denny's didn't know what to do.
Hey, you got- customer service is,
I got the
is
item-
suffering in America.
Box up front. It took 14 seconds for them to return it.
Well, it's why you're seeing certain businesses thriving because they're putting customer service at a priority, and those businesses are working. And then you're seeing all these people filing for Chapter 11, and there's been so many I've seen. I'm not a bit surprised because I've heard countless stories of terrible customer service. And sorry, dude, the clock is ticking, man. It's a matter of time.
The worst customer service I've ever seen in my life, and I won't say the name, but it rhymes with small smart. I mean,
Yeah.
just though I mean,
epically
and they
bad.
don't even care.
Yeah, and I'm wondering
Walmart
when it's
doesn't
gonna start
care.
affecting them.
They don't care, and that's
Yeah.
that's why people even get more mad. Like nobody even cares.
But they
Yeah.
roll back those prices, though.
It's
and
the
they're
prices
convenient.
get
That's
you.
how they get you in there.
They get you at the
Yeah.
prices.
Somebody said, Denny's, you should have videotaped that BK manager and sent it to corporate. They're in Miami. You could drive it
I
there.
debated about
Wow.
reporting them because I was so annoyed.
That's a good point. Yeah, BK's in Miami.
Oh, look at that. I might. Well, so this is the first year they moved because typically Sony's partnered with Taco Bell, and every year I try to win the PlayStation through Taco Bell, whatever they have. This year they had the Xbox, so I was like, all right, I'll take a shot at it. And I was
Yeah.
like, Burger King has the PlayStation. So it's the only reason I went over there. They're just so unorganized with their new.
Well, that's terrible because your one experience, that's why they have it. They had that promotion to get people like you that haven't been there in a while to come in and be like, oh, this is great. I had a great experience. And you know what? I bought a burger, a Whopper, and I loved it. And now I become a regular again. When you completely blow it and the whole reason and what you're using as bait to get someone in your store turns into that kind of frustration.
That was the reason why he went to the King.
And
Yeah.
there's a sticker on the door.
yeah, you'll swear you'll never go back to Burger King again.
Oh, I haven't been. I'll
Yeah.
never.
That's
I was
just
so
why, like,
mad.
get
I've never
with it,
heard Denny
man.
say that
Never
before.
go back. He wanted to flame broil it.
Oh, my
He wanted
gosh.
to torch the place.
Have you ever heard Denny's just mad?
No, that's crazy.
That's
It
ridiculous.
was a rough day.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, what we're going to do here, and was that on your birthday? People want to know? Did that
No,
happen yesterday?
no.
Okay.
This is when the promotion first started.
Okay.
Back when I was still
Thank God.
excited about the promotion.
Well, we're going to try to make it better. We're going to do a KVJ draft that you should crush today. It is the greatest video games of all time.
I've had a really hard time with this one.
This
Yeah.
one's your game?
I know there's too many.
But sometimes
Yeah.
you're too close to a subject and you end up blowing it.
Kind
Like
of like
the bird.
Kind of like the sauces.
Yeah.
Well, there's some games that I truly love that I just don't think were big enough, you know? So I'm trying
Yeah.
to weigh that, because, I mean, you can go with the big ones that are going to win, you know? But is there any passion behind that? So-
I know nothing about this genre. I just researched the top of all time, so I'm going to go with the easy heavy hitters.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to show my age during this segment.
Yeah,
Okay.
all my games are from like 1984. That was like my peak.
Mama wants to totally draft Donkey Kong from #1.
Okay.
Donkey Kong and Cubert?
We get 3 video games each. The KVJ draft is coming up next. Okay, this is a KVJ draft that producer Dennys should love. He's the biggest gamer, I would say, without a doubt, on the show. And today we're doing the best video games of all time. Okay. Let's do the order here on the drafting. You pick out a playing card to see how you go, because the order does matter. I got an ace of spades.
Ooh.
I mean, my gosh, Ralston's on fire with the pick.
He
Yeah.
really
Let me just go ahead and
is.
get that on record.
The
Yeah.
rig is in.
I mean, the winter. Is it winter or the fall? What are we in?
It's the winter of rig.
Fall's over already?
I don't know, is it? I don't know. There's no matter.
Okay, no math or seasons now on the show. Okay. All right, Virginia, what did you draw?
I got a 10, bruh.
You got a 10. All right, Bird.
Shocking. I got a 2.
No.
That's amazing.
It's
It
amazing.
really is, honestly. It's astounding how you...
I don't know.
I mean, there's only 4 2s in a deck, and they find you every time.
It's either a 2 or a 3. I'm
Yeah.
happy when I get a 3.
Because that's a great day for you.
Ralston over there breaking off aces left and right.
Yeah.
He does get a lot of aces. The universe has spoken, y'all.
I must have hit a nun in my past life or something.
I think it's that curse that girl put on you many years ago.
I was 16. You're right. I thought I was living in my prime, but I don't know.
I've talked about trying to reverse the curse, but we got to do something.
Yeah, well, that's a witch speaking about another witch. I need to listen.
Well, I got to talk to this witch that put the curse on you and see if we can reverse the curse.
I don't want to get her involved. I do not want to get her involved.
Okay, all right.
Dennys, what did you draw over there?
I got a jack.
You got a jack. And what about suits?
He got a 2 as well.
Okay.
His is of diamonds,
What is yours of bird?
hearts.
I think.
Okay, yeah, redraw. Can they do that? Or just do rock, paper, scissors real quick.
All right.
Okay. You don't have to look at each other.
All right.
Just shoot it. Okay.
I'm
Rock,
going rock suits.
rock. Okay, and
Suits did paper. Paper
Okay.
covers rock.
All right, I'm last. That was worth it.
yeah, we just had
All
to make
that.
sure.
All that.
Yeah. Okay. That's all right, though. It kind of works. Again, you got that double pick there, Bird. Okay, so we start out with me, then it goes Dennys, Virginia, Suits, and Bird in the draft order here. We are doing the greatest video games of all time.
All time, bird.
Wow. All time. All time. Okay, with the overall #1 pick, and again, just to clarify here, like we did with movies, once you pick something, you get the whole genre of it because there are multiples of many. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So what I got to do, well, I'm going to take Grand Theft Auto 9. Yeah. Okay, so with my pick, I'm going to take the Super Mario Brother franchise.
It hurts so bad.
He's good.
I had that too.
It hurts.
Okay.
Damn it, he's good.
All right. Next up is Dennys. Can't wait to see what he goes with. Your overall #1 pick here.
So overall, #1, I think that will win the tournament is going to be the Call of Duty series.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is.
Does that mean you're going with it? Or
I'm going to
you...
go with the Call of Duty for my #1.
It's not when you have to go to the bathroom, Virginia. It's a video game.
If I have the Call of Duty during work, that just disrupts everything.
It ruins everybody's day if you have the Call of Duty at work.
Yeah.
We don't have time for that kind of break.
Okay, so you went to Call of Duty. All right, it goes to you, Virginia.
I am picking Pac-Man.
Damn it!
And
Tough,
with
huh?
Pac-Man, I get Miss Pac-Man too, right?
you do, yeah.
It's so annoying
Like
going
taking
last.
candy from a baby.
Yep. Okay, you got all that. All right, we go down to Suits next here in the KVJ draft. Suits, with your first pick on video games, what are you going to go with?
I am going to take Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, look at Suits.
That is a
Okay.
power choice.
Yeah, that is. That's big stuff. Bird, over to you. What are you going to take?
I'm going to go against my gut and go with my mind. And I'm going to say Mortal Kombat. The
Mortal
franchise.
Kombat. Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Solid pick, and you get the next pick as well.
I'm also going to go with the Madden football franchise.
Ooh.
Yeah. Bird came to play. Whoa.
Dang. Okay. All right, Suits, it's back up to you. What are you taking next?
I am going to grab Halo.
Halo. Okay. Very popular. Okay. Back to you, Virginia.
I am taking Frogger.
He's trying to get at last place again.
I love Frogger. Don't talk no crap about my frog.
You old? Frog.
Frogger's fun.
This is your grandmother's game.
Ding, 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 ding. Dennys, what are you going with your next pick here on the draft for video games?
For my next pick, I'm going to go with the Final Fantasy series.
Okay.
I don't even know what he's talking
You've
about.
never heard of it.
Final Fantasy is Denny's next pick. All right. I am going to go with The Legend of Zelda.
What is that?
I don't know.
You don't know Zelda?
It's one of the most famous franchises.
Kevin picked it. He doesn't know what it is
I don't know what
either.
it is.
You don't know
He
Zelda?
just Googled it.
Zelda is.
The new Zelda's Unstoppable.
That's a famous game.
Yeah. Original Nintendo lineup.
Interesting.
And then I think after that, I am going to go with Minecraft.
Ooh, another big.
Interesting pick, Ralston.
Okay, so that'll round out mine.
Some say you just lost the tournament with that pick.
I wouldn't even know if I did.
I think that's still the #1 most popular video game in history.
I don't know what I'm talking about either.
Dennys, what is your next pick here in the draft for video games?
So for my final pick, I'm going to go with Red Dead Redemption.
Okay, Red Dead. Dennys owns that franchise. Solid round. Okay, Virginia,
does.
your final pick. What, Donkey Kong?
No, Kevin, I'm going Qbert. I love Qbert.
Qbert. Okay. Oh,
I'm
I
a
get it.
cunt. Qbert
it.
all day.
Okay, very 80s theme there, Virginia.
Thank you.
Okay, Suits, what are you taking with your final pick?
I am going to throw in a classic franchise, go with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay, very nice there, Suits. And then finally, Bird, your last pick.
I always blow it on the fast one.
You didn't do so good on the first pick.
Oh,
either.
get out of here, Qbert. You need to sit down with that. When the guy that does all the old references on the show is calling you out for your old references, that's not good. And I'm in a Wolfman outfit. It's between two.
Okay.
Do I go Universal or do I go more? All right, I'm just going to lock it in.
Or do you go old school and go Pong?
I'm going to go old school, but I'm not going Pong. I'm going Tetris.
Tetris.
Oh, Tetris was fun.
Okay.
That's fun.
That's a good call. All right, here's what we got in our KVJ draft for today. I've got Super Mario Brothers, The Legend of Zelda, and Minecraft. Denny's has got Call of Duty, Final Fantasy, and Red Dead. Virginia went with Pac-Man, Frogger, and Qbert.
Pac-Man's
Killing it.
great, but it's not enough to win the tournament.
Killing it.
Suits has Grand Theft Auto, Halo, and Sonic the Hedgehog. Bird has got Mortal Kombat, Madden Football, and Tetris.
Great round, Bird.
Ones that were not taken, Denny's, I'm sure you can fill in the blanks too. Fortnite, I don't know.
I debated about it. It's a kids are really big into
Right.
it.
Fortnite.
Centipede.
Millipede.
Galaga.
Nobody took Galaga.
Joust.
Pole position.
Donkey Kong's still on the table.
Rampage.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, asteroids.
Damn.
Asteroids is fun.
How did we leave so many on the table?
Asteroids is fun if you're drinking along with playing.
Pokemon.
Yeah, debated
that's
about Pokemon.
true.
Is that one fun?
Yeah, so the original Pokemon's gone through variations, ton of different ones. So the newest Go is a little bit different, but yeah, the OG ones are awesome.
Is that too little kiddish?
It starts off kiddish. I would jump on in the Game Boy Advance series onwards, but I know that the true people go back to the Game Boy Color ones.
No one picked Guitar Hero.
I had that on my list. If I would have gone with what I knew and what I liked, I would have had Guitar Hero.
I think
but-
Guitar
Same
Hero
here.
could have done well for you.
Yeah, that was the last video game I was really obsessed with.
That was
into.
a gigantic title.
Yeah,
they haven't made anything
Then it just
recently.
went away.
Yeah.
It was so weird. Doom did not get picked. God of War.
I know it's on my list. I had a ton on my list that personal choices that just didn't make it.
Can't get no love for Shinobi or Contra?
I
What
know
about
Contra, yeah.
Paperboy? Did y'all ever play
I did.
Paperboy?
Paperboy too.
I love Paperboy.
What about
Yes.
TNC Surf? Do you remember that one?
Oh yeah,
That was a
Nintendo.
great one.
What about Prepare to Qualify?
No.
Pole position.
You love that one,
said
the
it
racing
earlier.
one.
No Street Fighter.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Low budget Mortal Kombat.
Really? Okay.
In my opinion, yeah.
And Assassin's Creed. Is
It's
that
a
big?
great. They just came out with a new title today and yesterday. So
Do we say no one said Tomb Raider?
no, Tomb Raider didn't make it either, and their newest ones are amazing.
Okay. Well, the big question here: who did the best job on their KVJ draft here today for video games?
we know who did the worst.
Oh man, I forgot to take Duck Hunt.
Kevin gets it. Whoever got Mario Brothers, that came with the Mario Brothers
Yeah, it did.
franchise.
It was
I
a
get
combo.
Duck
You
Hunt.
get Duck Hunt?
Kevin gets Duck Hunt.
All right, baby.
The worst
yeah.
game ever.
That just won me the tournament.
Suck Hunt.
Yeah. All righty. Well, we're going to be posting that up on the KVJ Show Facebook page. You can go there and cast your votes before the end of the show. We'll let you know who got the most votes for their drafted team. Denny's birthday boy, Day Late, is going to be giving us a little joke jury.
Oh yeah.
All right, time for producer Denny's joke jury. He's penned out some comedy here. We let him know what works and what doesn't. And the jury here today. All right, you ready for this, Denny's?
Yes, I am. Are you guys ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Need it.
Oh, yeah, baby. Hit us up.
All right, joke one. What kind of news do you get from jelly?
I don't know. What kind of news do you get from Jelly?
Current.
Oh,
Okay.
Smart
Okay.
comedy.
I'm in.
Second joke. Why does Ed Sheeran use Listerine?
I don't know. Why does Ed Sheeran use Listerine?
For gingivitis.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, that's pretty amazing.
That's a good one.
That's a
good-
well-crafted.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty good. Okay.
May anger some people, but it's well crafted.
Yeah.
Third joke. What did TLC say about catching ducks from their lake?
I don't know. What did they say?
Don't go chasing waterfowls.
Standing up
Oh,
for me.
my God.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty ridiculous.
Denny's.
Don't go chasing water.
I can't take anymore.
That might be one of my favorite jokes
My
ever.
sides hurt from laughing.
Yeah, I
Oh, wow.
Healing the nation.
How about that?
Waterfowls?
Don't
Yeah.
go chasing
That's
waterfowls.
amazing.
Yeah, TLC said that. Okay.
Fourth joke. What does a farmer do to schmooze his pigs?
I don't know. What does a farmer do to schmooze his pigs?
He swines them and dines them.
I love pig jokes.
Animal jokes always work well.
He's crushing.
Crushing.
This one was inspired by yesterday's After the Show podcast because you guys got into some pretty deep topics.
We got a little risque yesterday.
Real deep.
So for final joke, what kind of car does a gynecologist drive?
I don't know what kind of car does he drive.
A Volvo.
Yeah, A+. All right. right, well, I want to kind of do a little bit of what Kodak Black did. Let's give away some food to a South Floridian here.
Yay!
For Thanksgiving, we got our winter turkey dinner here from Joseph's Classic Market. You can get a Thanksgiving dinner with all you need for caller number 9 right now, 877-979-WRMF.
It feeds 10 to 12 people. It's got the sides and everything, and it's all pre-prepared. So even if you mess up everything you cook, you can't mess this up.
I love that.
You just got to reheat it.
Because I'm good at messing up food. So let's do it right now. Call in and you can get that coming up here in a few minutes. Got some more emails. People want to know if it's time to end the relationship or should they just amend their relationships and makeups or breakups. Somebody said here in their email that he slapped my hand at dinner.
Oh, boy.
Would you dump that guy, and why did he do it? We'll find out next. Okay, want a little turkey dinner? We got the hookup for you for Thanksgiving, courtesy of Joseph's Classic Market. Going to feed as many people as you want. Any more than that, and you're breaking COVID restrictions.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing it.
Yes. Rosanna's on here from Okeechobee. Hello, Rosanna.
Hello.
Hey, what's your guest list looking like for Thanksgiving?
I have about 10 people, so
Perfect.
this is awesome.
Yeah, this fits
Yeah,
right in.
this fits perfect.
That's all good. Are you requiring any kind of negative COVID tests or anything like that? Are you going to be taking temperatures at the door or anything crazy like that, Rosanna?
No, everybody actually has just had their test because there was a scare and everybody's negative, so I think we'll be good, hopefully.
Okay, yeah, all right. Hey, sounds good to me.
Good news.
Okay, well, you got that peace of mind and you got some Joseph's Classic Market winter turkey dinner. Congratulations and thank you, Rosanna.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I wonder if anybody's going to be taking temperatures going into Thanksgiving dinner. And let's say you are running a little hot. Are you getting shown the door? And then what? Do they give you a plate and send you on your way?
Well, that happened to me at the dentist. You know, I went to the dentist, but they make you wait in the car now. You can't wait in the lobby. So I was sitting in my car, and, you know, it's hot outside. I'm wearing a long sleeve dress, not a good fashion choice. And when I walked into the dentist, they said, "Oh, you're running a temperature. You can't come in." I had to go outside and try to cool myself down.
Oh, wow.
Did you get back in?
Yeah, I came back in like 5 minutes later, and my temperature had dropped, and I was allowed to go in. But
It's crazy. Yeah.
It's
Those are crazy days.
temperature's not the best way to tell if somebody has it or doesn't have it.
Of course not.
I know.
Either, because
Yeah.
it's just not.
Well,
I mean, ask a nurse.
I just think it's going to be interesting where we are with COVID and the holidays coming up and how much are you going to be trimming your guest lists with people, because that is the one thing. They're saying, okay, if you're going to do it, smaller guest lists, certain amount of capacity, try to space everybody out. South Florida will be luckier because, you know, you can eat outside. I know somebody said they're taking theirs to Jupiter Inlet, and that's smart.
It's super smart.
Yeah, outside you can space, but, you know, what are other people going to do? It's already causing some drama. We got one email here in our makeup or breakup. It says, he keeps avoiding meeting my parents. Do I stay with this guy or not? I've been with my boyfriend since February, and he still hasn't met my parents or even talked to him. I tried to get him on FaceTime and a Zoom call with them, but he said that would just be awkward and weird. So now he's telling me that he is not going to be going with me to their house in Lakeland for Thanksgiving because of COVID. He's trying to tell me that his job said that he'd have to stay home for 2 weeks if he saw anyone for the holidays. Now, he does service repairs, so he can't work from home, and he has to work to get paid. First, I can't believe a company would have that policy. Second, it just sounds like he's trying to dodge meeting my parents. Now I'm so frustrated that I'm just thinking about ending the entire relationship. Is that too much?
It is uncomfortable to do a Zoom call with the parents, but here's the thing. You got to do uncomfortable things when you're dating somebody, especially in the beginning. You got to meet the parents. If they want to meet you, you should, even though you don't want to do it, you should Zoom with them.
Okay. Well, he's not seeming to do either, and she's just like, I'm tired of it. Like, we've been together since February, and I'm sure the parents are like, so when are we going to get to talk to this guy? Do you really have a boyfriend? She's like, no, I swear I do. Well, can we talk to him?
But if you got together in February, I mean, all you've had is a corona relationship.
Yeah.
So I think you have to give yourself a little bit more, like, you know, you go do your thing with your parents, let him do whatever he's going to do, and then don't be so harsh if he doesn't want to go to your parents for Thanksgiving. He hasn't even met them yet.
I'm also with the witch on that as well.
Don't be so harsh.
It's still new, too, by the way.
It's very
I mean,
new.
To me,
February is new, and these are weird circumstances.
You're right. February, it's new, and it's during a pandemic. All right, I think we've decided the girl's annoying in this situation.
She's just being a little high-strung on this, and I think she needs to chill.
Okay.
And go see her parents for Thanksgiving and not put all these
So don't break up.
Don't break up,
Okay.
but just don't put all these new things on him.
It's still new, baby.
It's still new.
What do you think about this? This email says, he slapped my hand at dinner.
Oh, hell no. He's going to catch a wine glass to the lip.
It says, I was having dinner with this guy on what was our third date. He had chicken wings, and he made a comment about how good they were. I love chicken wings, so I reached out to grab one. And as I did, he smacked my hand away and said, you don't just grab somebody's food off their plate. It's rude. I couldn't believe it because I think what he did was totally rude because he was totally serious. Everything has been cool with him up to this point, but this was just weird.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. I would not have finished the dinner. I would have been like, you know what? This is just weird. I'm going to go.
Definitely dump
He
this guy.
hit your hand?
Because this guy can't control it. But also, though, just it is rude to grab food off someone's. I'm not saying that justifies or deserves a slap because it does not.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. But you should not grab food from somebody, you know.
These are chicken wings, though. Chicken wings are shareable. It's not like she grabbed a meatball off of a meatball and spaghetti plate.
Nobody at all takes you seriously when it comes to you and your opinions about chicken wings. I hope you know that.
Well, there's a couple of questions I have here. I would like to visually see the slap because in her mind it sounds like whoosh, you know, and maybe he just was like, you know, a tap and be like, come on. Maybe he does have hang-ups about coronavirus too. You know, it's not.
Well, then he shouldn't be on a date in a restaurant.
But
both of them are wrong, Kevin.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the last one. You should not grab food off someone's plate.
But he's like 80% wrong. She's like 20% wrong.
Well,
it does not justify a slap.
No.
But does it justify a breakup? Because that is a question here for makeup or breakup. She says, is this enough to make our last date our last date?
Yes.
It
I
is.
would.
Okay, you break up.
I would because it shows that he is not in tune with his anger and he lashes out and hits you. That's the first thing he thinks to do. Bye.
Again, I want to see this slap. She's saying it's a slap, and it could have just been like almost pushing her hand away, being like, okay, you're just reaching out to dig your hands into my food.
Anne used to do that. She would call it the touchy-wutchies. If you had the touchy-wutchies, she would block your hand and not slap it, but move it away. No, you got the touchy-wutchies. No.
She said slap.
I understand, but I don't know. I'd like to see what that looked like.
I don't need to see nothing. He's gone.
Okay.
Done.
The one thing we can't agree on is Virginia's got to stop talking about chicken wings.
I don't even say check, please, because I'm not picking up the check. You are. I just grabbed my purse. Peace. Bye.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
no, we know.
All right, so share food with Virginia. If she goes for your food on your plate, just let her have it.
Oh, I will share any chicken wings with anybody I'm dining with. I would never be a Bogart of chicken wings.
Okay, here's the thing, but I don't think you understand chicken wings, Virginia. Sometimes people order 10 chicken wings or 8 chicken wings, and that is their meal. That's what they're eating because they love chicken wings. I'm just saying, again, because I know someone's going to email Kevin and say that I'm pro hitting a woman's hand. You should never have hit the woman, never slapped her, not even touch her. But you should not also grab food off someone's plate.
I said she was 20% wrong.
Okay.
And you are like 75% wrong. So where does that leave us?
Okay, and another one here, makeup or breakup. He keeps wearing the same outfit. Now, this is Jason's niece who has a friend who is thinking about breaking it off with this guy because of the 4 times they've gone out. He's worn the same outfit 3 of those times. Now, it's not a work outfit. He's calling it his go-to outfit. Apparently he's hot, but apparently this is kind of a deal breaker for this girl.
She says he's really hot, but...
All right, well, let's forgive him then.
But she said it's the same exact outfit 3 out of the 4 times.
She needs to actually make a joke about it with him when she's with him and say, look, for our next date, can we maybe go to like Urban Outfitters and get you a new outfit? Because I noticed you've been wearing that a lot.
Shopping date.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't dump him if he's hot. I mean, hold on to him.
Well,
Those are hard to come by.
maybe say, let's go to Urban Outfitters' shop. You don't have to tag on to, because you keep wearing that same outfit and it looks terrible.
I would make a joke out of it because you don't want him to keep wearing the same outfit.
Your jokes tend to be mean and not with a
She
punchline.
labels him as a joke. Yeah.
And it doesn't have a punchline. It's kind of like a rude, mean comment about you and your character.
Just a joke.
Yeah,
I'm helping you be better through comedy.
you have acne and you're fat. Just a joke.
All right, a couple comments that we had on the makeup or breakups. We had the one girl that was a little bit peeved with her boyfriend she's been dating since February. He won't ever do any Zoom calls or FaceTime calls with her parents who live in Lakeland, and she's going there for Thanksgiving, and he's like, I can't. I got a service job, and if I go out of town, then I got to quarantine for 2 weeks, and I got to, work to get paid. That's too much. Josie said, yeah, a lot of companies are requiring quarantine if you go out of town. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with some people's travel plans because, yeah, there are some places that if you do anything, see anybody, they're like, you're not coming back after Thanksgiving for 2 weeks.
People that have traveled and had to lie and they couldn't post anything on social media.
I know that,
and they said, don't tag me in any of these pictures because I lied to my work and told them I was home for the weekend.
Well, it makes sense. As I was telling you earlier, that bootleg black market for fake negative COVID tests is starting to blow up because people need these legitimately. And with the holidays here, and if you got a lot of policies like that and your family's like, you can't come see us, and you're like, no, I gotta stay home. Well, you're gonna be like, give me one of them Bogart bunk COVID tests so that I can go see my family for the holidays.
We work with somebody that's going to be going out of the country, and when they come back, they got to be quarantined for 10 days. That's the rule.
Yeah. And somebody did comment too and said, I don't get that though, because service and repair, you're meeting new people every day. So what's the difference? And you're right. It just goes with nothing in this world of COVID really makes any sense, because if you really break it all down, like every policy we have crumbles quickly.
It does.
When you start saying, okay, well then if that's that, then why this? And
why
it doesn't
this,
make
why
any
that?
sense.
You're
Yes.
right, man.
None of it makes any sense. It's insane. Got a lot of comments about the whole chicken wing thing. This girl's not happy. She, on the third date, reached for one of her date's chicken wings, and he slapped her hand away and said, that's rude. You don't grab somebody's food off their plate.
And sometimes you have a relationship with somebody where you guys are comfortable enough to grab stuff off of a plate. It didn't sound like they are at that point at all.
Yeah, third date, I don't know where you are in comfort level, and I guess every third date's different. But a couple of the comments, Virginia is wrong. Never grab food from anyone's plate. Nasty and rude.
Nice. Get her.
Virginia doesn't get to make any rules on chicken wings. Remember the last get-together? She thought 25 chicken wings was enough for everybody. Nope, she's out.
She thought 25 wings was enough for a bunch of people, and then come to find she never even bought the wings. So all of that was for nothing.
Because I never invited the people. I changed everything.
It was an interesting debate.
We're in the middle of a pandemic. You just don't reach into somebody else's plate. Don't do that. Now, having said that, he shouldn't be so serious about it.
Agreed. Totally agree with that statement.
And somebody said, sounds like an episode from Friends when Joey said that some people just don't share food. And I guess you got to know that.
Well, here's the thing. Some people feel like, oh, if it's an appetizer, that's for everybody at the table. Not if you are. Some people get an appetizer as their meal. They want those nachos as their. That's what they're getting.
Right.
But the punishment did not fit the crime.
I think everyone agrees.
He lashed out in violence, and that's not acceptable.
I love how Virginia is adding on little tidbits to the scenario she was not even involved in.
I can see it. I can basically see how it went down.
And probably in what is our overreaching comment of the day, somebody said, if he's that quick to slap her hand away, how quick is he going to be to punch her right in the face when she does something he doesn't like?
Right?
I mean, obviously.
We're not going to stick around to find out.
I mean, he's clearly just going to cold cock her whenever she says something he doesn't like.
I think my favorite comments are the ones that people really, really filling in the blanks, really good, delving deep.
He's an animal.
Oh, yeah, clearly. Okay. And then the one about the guy who's worn the same outfit 3 of the last 4 dates said one thing to check is when guys shop, sometimes if they like something, they'll buy 10 of the same thing.
That is true.
And-
that is, I do that a lot, Kevin.
Right. Maybe this guy is they're actually different shirts. They're just the same shirt because he's like, that works for me.
With that said, though, strategy, my man. We got to mix it up a little bit.
You got to help him.
I'm not getting involved.
Take him on a shopping date. Have some fun.
No, I'm not. Oh, you mean my niece's friend? Got
Not
ya.
you.
like, I'm
You
not-
should not be getting involved in some dude your niece is dating.
Not my niece. My niece's friend. Don't start that drama.
This is my creepy drunkle. He wants to give you fashion
Oh,
advice.
if I'm taking some dude shopping, yeah, I'm drinking.
That sounds terrible.
Kind of fascinating to hear what some of the regulations are going to be for different people as the holidays approach. Somebody said my son's school is asking them to quarantine for 2 weeks if they travel during Christmas before coming back to school.
And what's their idea of travel?
It's a good question. Yeah, I mean, if you go from, Fort Lauderdale to Hialeah, is that traveling?
Well, I mean, it's the same concept because you're traveling to different people that you probably weren't in your little bubble.
Yeah.
So a plane, a train, a bus, any difference, Virginia?
It's going to be because, everybody's going to be dealing with this, and this is crazy.
I want to travel. I'm supposed to go to Oregon for Christmas. Am I going to be allowed, Virginia? Are people on Facebook going to get all mad at me?
I don't know if they'll get mad at you or not, but I say you got to do what your heart tells you.
They're going to get mad at you regardless.
They're going to get mad at you regardless, I mean, Panda was supposed to be going to New York. He's supposed to actually be going to New York like now. And he was supposed to be doing it for work. And I was worried about, the kind of backlash he would get for flying. But, I mean, you got to live your life, protect yourself, be smart.
There's a lot of people who do travel that actually do not get COVID as well.
That's true.
There's a lot of people. I know it's controversial, Kevin.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are probably saying, if I can just get to the holidays, give to the family, that will maybe get me to a place of peace. And imagine now if you're being hit with restrictions from your job, school, something like that, saying, wow, okay, what I thought was going to be my oasis in what's been a desert of a year, now I can't do that.
Just stay home and order chicken wings.
No, I don't know, because somebody might slap your hand, Virginia.
Yeah, she's only ordering 5 wings, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm on a diet.
Are y'all traveling at all for Thanksgiving?
No.
Probably not.
I'm
no.
not going nowhere. People are coming to me for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Okay, so Corona's coming into
Yeah, Corona's
Sinicki's
coming
house.
to my house. I'm not going to leave to get Corona.
Yeah, that's the thing. What's the difference? I mean,
it's no difference.
If you travel somewhere, you got to quarantine for 2 weeks at that school. But what if you've got 80 people coming to your house?
Yeah.
That's okay. Come back right after the holidays.
You're right.
Corona Carl comes from, wherever they're coming from, and he brings his new girl he's dating. COVID Connie. They're bringing it to you, dog.
I know. There's just it's catch 22s right and left.
Probably. Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, if you're going through it, you're not the only one. I always love checking out the FML website. People are going through it as well, and they're sharing their pain, and we'll share it with you next. Fascinating hearing the stories that people are posting up about what they're going to have to do to see family during the holidays with all the various COVID restrictions and quarantining after any kind of trips for some people and having other people over and what it's like. And even in the KVJ TV chat room, it's fascinating where we got people from all over the world that are watching KVJ right now and commenting on their own unique situations. Some states where you're not allowed more than 10 people over to your house. That could cause some major problems. It'll be interesting to see how this all shakes down. It's going to be fascinating to watch the TV that weekend and just see what's happening and keep an eye on social media. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think they said that about New York City. You can't have gatherings of more than 10 people.
Well, I don't have to worry about it because I don't have any family down here. Just me and my sister. She has to work.
And a blind and deaf
All
dog.
right, good Lord. She goes after the most innocent creature you could go after. My blind dog wouldn't hurt a fly, just wants to just chill out, live his last days being kind and sweet. The witch goes after that innocence.
I know.
I think her comments speak for itself, Your Honor.
Yeah, I hear you. Low blow again.
And then she laughs at her own horrific joke.
Yeah.
Because it's so horrific.
I mean, get back on your broom and please fly back to DeQuesta.
Yeah. At least she didn't remind you of dead family members this time.
Oh, that's true.
And they're dead.
It does so much sound like her laugh.
Well, a lot of people are going through different things here during the holidays, and if misery loves company, you're going to love the FML website. It stands for F My Life. People posting things that are going wrong in their own lives. Maybe you'll feel a little bit better about yours. Somebody posted up, today as a supervisor at a water park, several clients came up to me and complained about a topless girl in our wave pool.
Hey.
Well, I found the girl and I called her out and politely told her that she was not allowed in the pool without a top. She actually was a chubby 15-year-old boy.
Oh.
FML. That's awkward. Want to get away? And then there would be the overprotective mom walking up right as you're...
Oh, really?
Oh, jeez. Yeah. I just take off running, I think. Today, my little sister thought it would be funny to send my girlfriend a text saying I cheated on her and wanted to break up. Oh, that's funny. Her response was, LOL, whatever. I've been banging somebody else for like a month anyway.
Dang! That one hurt.
When cheaters cheat on cheaters.
Yeah. Thanks, sis. Thanks, girlfriend. Somebody said, today I took a girl that I have a crush on to an outdoor dog event. As I went to clean up a massive dump my dog had taken, my glasses fell off my face and right into the poo. So I got no tissue, and I can't see without my glasses, so this girl has to walk me around the event while I carry my poo-covered glasses to look for a tissue. By the way, there aren't many tissues at dog events for some reason. Okay.
That's amazing.
FML. Somebody says, today I helped myself to a piece of cake brought by guests at a birthday party. I didn't really like it much, so I discreetly attempted to give it to the girl next to me, and I said, do you want some? It's sort of disgusting. She replied, thanks, I made it.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Whoopsie.
That's something I would do. There's no way that's happened to me.
I mean, what do you even do at that point? What do you say?
You put the cake down and you walk away laughing.
Jeez.
I mean, she shouldn't be that upset because, I mean, so whatever. It's cake. But, yeah, I could totally see myself doing that.
Wow. Okay. Somebody said, today I complimented my girlfriend on her new, very detailed bikini wax. She proudly said thanks. Troy's been doing them for me since all the salons have been locked down. Troy is her brother.
It's not sexual, though. It's
You've
weird.
talked about where you and your sisters are set if they wanted a bikini wax from you.
Troy better be gay. Otherwise, it's weird.
Would you do it?
I wouldn't want to do that. No, no. But again, I think it's weird. It is weird. Stop talking, Bird. You're gonna make people think you're weirder than what you are. Just
Well, you are in a wolf costume.
You have to give a bikini wax to one sister.
All right.
You got to pick which one you give it to.
Okay, Maggie.
Not my sister.
Okay, my sister.
Your sisters. Becky or Tina? Who do you bikini wax?
Or I'll give
And
you
why?
option C, your dad.
I'm going my dad.
Randy?
I'm going Randy because well, first of all, I think he's got the 1970s go. He's old school. He probably
He
could
needs it
use
most.
He can use it. He could use
It's
it.
need based.
It is. It's very disco down there.
Bikini wax.
I hope he's not listening. Sorry, Dad.
Oh, boy.
I hope he is.
And finally, somebody posted on the FML website, today I finally slept with the man of my dreams, and then after he left for work, I found a 6-inch skid mark smack dab in the middle of my sheets. Apparently, the man of my dreams doesn't believe in toilet paper.
It's awful.
Whoa.
It's rough because
Whoa.
at that point you've been to the puppet show and you've seen the strings.
But if he's great in every other way, accidents happen. And so I would take the sheets off the bed. I would clean the sheets. I wouldn't say anything about it, but I would be on the lookout. And if it ever happens again, 2 times is just done.
All right. Well, here's my question. And I have actually amazingly heard this. Some people don't believe in toilet paper. It's not an accident.
That's gross.
Talk about a makeup or breakup.
Okay, let's say
Awesome dude, but he just is like, I'm not going to use toilet paper. That's ridiculous.
awesome dude, and this happens 3 times a month. Only 3, but he's an awesome dude. Because one time, everybody can have an accident at one time. It's weird.
If this happens 3 times a month, he's not an awesome dude.
Touche.
No. If this
What'd you
happens,
say?
touche. That's where it came out of. His touche. If it happens once, I think you have to look past it if he's hot. But if it happens again, even one more time, no, I can't.
I kind of agree with the witch on that one.
Yeah.
This is a 2 strikes and you're out.
I hope you get the help you need.
Yeah. Leave your friend a wet wipe. Like, he's got a problem.
Well, to your point, if they're very vocal about how they're not a wiper and then they're doing that, they're lawless, they're not awesome.
No, if
Yeah.
anybody's
Deal
vocal about
breaker.
not being a wiper, I'm out.
Deal breaker. Got it.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Wow, people are already texting in stories about Strawberry.
You mean strawberry?
Strawberry. Yes. Strawberry is one of the dancers at Body Talk Sports Bar in unincorporated Port St. Lucie. So it's
Hey.
What does that even mean?
it's fringe pizzle.
Pizzle doesn't even want that area?
It's not Metro Pizzle?
It's like we can't get fully claimed by Port St. Lucie, so we're kind of unincorporated. Yeah, it's out a little ways.
They're their own little country? Port St. Lucie said, no, we cannot take you.
Yes.
Wow.
And after stories like this, you'll see why. Strawberry, 29-year-old dancer there, apparently was busted for fighting other dancers and swinging a broom.
Yeah, well, sometimes you have to defend your turf. I need to hear all the story about what exactly they did to Miss Strawberry.
Well, she got a little squirrely, and they had called 911, and when the officers arrived, they found Strawberry being held down by security officers. What had happened was Strawberry lost her purse, and when it was turned in, it had just a few dollars in it. Ruh-roh. Apparently, other strippers weren't very honest there at
They took
Body
her
Talk
money.
Sports Bar.
That's not, by the way, in Port St. Lucie. They're not claiming it.
So she ended up going into the dressing room and began fighting all of the other strippers, accusing them of stealing her money.
I know Port St. Lucie doesn't want to claim Strawberry, but there's some Port St. Lucie in Strawberry.
I mean, you can't fight all the strippers. You don't know.
Don't tell Strawberry that, because she's saying yes, she can.
You don't know who took your money. I mean, if you think you know who took your money, you fight that one girl. You don't fight all of them.
Eventually, she'll hit the right girl, Virginia.
I honestly feel like if we did a segment where we interviewed some of the people in the Whacked Out News, just so they give us their side of the story, what they
Strawberry,
were
call
thinking,
in. I'd love to hear.
I think people would like to hear that, man.
I would. I mean, I'd be willing to drive up there to interview her.
You usually have 3 stories a week where I need to talk to the person just to figure out where they were mentally.
Yeah.
What else happened after?
What happened before?
Where are they now? Whacked Out version, Whacked Out News.
I need it.
So what happened is, because she was fighting in the locker room, they kicked her out and she was taken outside. But what happened, she was just camped out by the door. So as the other dancers started leaving, Strawberry was there laying in wait and apparently sprung and started fighting them as they were coming out the door. So then the owner had to fire Strawberry and told her to leave at least a half dozen times.
Aw.
Eventually, she was jailed and charged with trespassing. So unfortunately, Strawberry no longer works at Body Talk Sports Bar in unincorporated Port St. Lucie.
But she's a free agent.
And am I the only one that wants to go to the unincorporated part of Port St. Lucie to see what the hell's going on there?
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta go.
And we gotta hire Strawberry for some private time.
Get a little escort.
Yeah.
Not escort service. I meant like a car escort.
Now, I can't say that this is, true, but Ryan had texted us and he said, yeah, I was there at Body Talk one time and I saw Strawberry shoot a snot rocket on the wall.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Well, they don't have tissues on stage, so, if you got to blow, you got to just go to the side and, just shoot that snot rocket out and keep your dance going.
Everything I hear about this woman, I need to know her more.
I can't believe that story. I can. I can.
I need it.
But we're getting first-hand accounts from Strawberry.
Yes. People have apparently seen her dance.
Oh my gosh.
It's impressive.
That's a rough stripper story.
Oh, man. That's good stuff. Yeah, I don't know if Strawberry got her money back. I'm assuming she did not.
I'm assuming she did not. And now she has to pay all kind of bail and I'm sure legal fees.
Well, look, Strawberry, if you're out of the clink, give us a call, please.
Yeah, we'd like any more details. 877-979-WRMF.
I feel like you could set up a GoFundMe too if you were Strawberry and kind of get your, money back, some of it. Some people would feel bad for you. You were robbed.
Just keep in mind, Port St. Lucie doesn't want to claim anything with this.
Yeah,
I don't know, Virginia.
They can't get the Pizzle to say you're part of us.
I just don't think it looks good for Strawberry.
And it might be in the middle of town. They might have just said, sorry, but this part
This is unincorporated.
This area in the middle of Port St. Lucie, we can't claim.
I need more information about this place.
Okay.
Is there a mugshot?
We'll continue to try to do.
Is Strawberry her Christian name?
And do they have any restaurants in this area of Port St. Lucie that they don't want to claim?
I don't know.
I just picture.
Would you want to go
I kind of do.
to a restaurant the town won't claim?
Just to see what it's like, Mama.
Yeah. We'll try to see what's going on. It's on US 1 in Port St. Lucie if you are looking to go check out Body Talk.
Interesting.
All right. A 19-year-old climber recently climbed to the top of a construction crane hundreds of feet in the air, and he did it all while naked.
Oh, my.
That's pretty impressive.
Was he on something?
Well, no. Actually, he just likes to get naked and do crazy things. He apparently has done naked climbs before, but this is the first time that he's actually just hung there naked, and he did. He got 660 feet up in this crane in Spain. Oh, a crane in Spain.
Where does the crane fall in Spain?
He then stripped naked and dangled midair without a safety rope or harness, and he got some attention for it.
I'd be
Crazy little Spaniard.
I'd be so bummed out if I had to climb something naked.
Oh my gosh.
That's rough.
That's tough. That's tough.
You probably couldn't handle the jungle gym.
I don't think you could either. Try climbing the jungle gym naked and tell me how great you feel.
Apparently, there's a school in France that when you're late, and they close the gates and you can't get in. So his parents are showing up late. There's a 6-foot fence and they keep chucking their kids over the fence.
Oh, my.
And so now they have had to ban parents from doing that because the kids are being harmed as they're landing on the other side of it. And they're landing on other people.
It tells you how bad you want to get away from your kid.
Oh my gosh. But mommy, you just shut up and chuck the kid over a 6-foot tall fence.
You buy a catapult.
Crazy. Clearly, Jaybird is not a judge in Germany because I don't know he would rule that techno music is actual music.
I saw this story, broke my heart.
Yeah, court they ruled that it really is music, and the reason why a bunch of clubs had gone to court because they were paying higher taxes than concert venues. And so their argument was, no, these DJs, they're just like musicians. They perform their own new pieces of music using instruments in the broader sense to create new sound sequences that have their own character. So you got to treat them just like they're live performers. You can't charge us more money.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they wound up winning.
They won. So they'll pay less.
Yeah, they
That's
won't have the same high tax. They
interesting.
said it was unfair.
A win for techno is a loss for humanity.
Yes. There's a guy in Salt Lake City that got arrested last month for threatening a cop. After they cuffed him to a bench, he then went up and used a metal nose guard in his face mask to pick the lock on the cuffs and took off.
That's
brilliant.
pretty badass.
Yeah, it's kind of badass.
I mean,
yeah.
you're cheering for that guy, right?
Think of all the things you can smuggle in your mask.
What were his crimes? Because if it was just petty, let him run.
Yeah.
He's earned it.
You're right. Well, they wound up tacking on an extra charge for escaping police custody.
Oh.
And finally, there was a bride that had complained about the dress that she bought on social media. She's trashing the place where she got it from with a picture of the dress. Well, the place that she got it from responded at the bridal shop, and they said, yeah, it's inside out. Whoops. Okay, maybe it wasn't so bad after all.
You big dummy.
You big dummy. All righty. How would you like to have some extra cash? We could do it right now. The 5K workday payday. You qualify with $100 and you could win $5,000 tomorrow. You want it? Get on it.
The 97.9 WRMF $5,000 workday payday. Be caller 9 right now at 877-979-WRMF to win $100 and get qualified for $5,000. Good luck from 97.9 WRMF.
All right. If you want $5,000, you got to be listening up all day long to the 5K workday payday. Top of each hour, you got another chance to qualify with $100. We have got Tracy here from Lantana. Hello, Tracy.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good, but probably not as good as you because you got $100 more than I do.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool thing. But however you feel right now, imagine if you multiply that by, I don't even know what the math is, but it's a lot of zeros that we would put on that.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Be amazing.
Okay, well, good luck, and we'll see. You have really good odds of winning. Hopefully tomorrow somebody's going to be calling you up and saying you're 5K richer instead of just 100, okay?
Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much.
You are so welcome. And the cool thing about it is all just people listening to this radio station. This is not a national contest. It is just done here for people that listen to 97.9 WRMF. How nice is that, huh?
Beautiful.
5K workday payday, 50 minutes away. You got another chance to qualify. So keep listening up for that. Got some random questions for you here today. Let's go back to your youth. What unsupervised childhood activities did you participate in that probably should have killed you?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah, I did a lot of dumb things. I had a lot of dumb friends. Some of the worst things we did what I think a lot of kids around here do. We did the whole trestle hanging where it was a railroad bridge and it was going over a river and you get down between the tracks and you would hang on, the trains would go by. And it was
very edgy.
Yeah.
It's like a movie.
Yeah, yep. We would do that. The one that I didn't like, we had hills and we had back roads and stuff like that. So there are a lot of kids dumb kids that just don't make it because they think that they're driving in Le Mans. And I had a buddy that liked to ramp this one spot and I didn't realize it. And he would catch air and man, we caught air and he spun out and there were cars coming. I don't know how I'm here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, have you ever almost wanted to like start fist fighting somebody that was driving?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Myself.
We just about threw down.
Oh my gosh.
Because I didn't know it was coming. And it was just and yeah, so.
Can it be when you're a teenager?
Oh, all my stuff is teen and preteen.
Doing backflips over a fire pit. And not really clearing the fire pit. It should have killed me. Should have been done.
Yeah. And
I don't really even know how to do a backflip, so I was just kind of, I'll try it.
Yeah. Dumb kids, for some reason, like to play with fire.
Fire's big.
A lot of those TikTok videos that didn't go well.
Just so bright, Kevin.
It's
nice.
We used to go to this pumping station that was abandoned out in the woods. The kids would all go there to hang out. And there was like this area that you would walk over that was like a balance beam basically. And it was like 90-foot drop below you. Like if you would have fallen off of it, you would have died. It was like some kind of well.
Oh, geez. Yeah, kids, they will climb, go places they should not be going, doing
Kids are dumb.
stuff.
I used to listen to music in the tub, but I'd have the boombox, the stereo system, plugged in the wall, but the boombox was on the edge of the bathtub. What was I thinking? Oh my God. And how that did not fall in.
How?
Yeah, that's not good. Okay, what were you doing with your Friday nights when you were 16? Maybe some of the stuff we talked about is what you were doing. When I was 16, a lot of it was we were cruising around. I had a small town, and you would drive from the McDonald's all the way down to the pizza crossing. You do a lap, and you do that over and over again. We did some random mischievous stuff, like the vandalizing, that kind of stuff was big in my town with my friends.
Yeah, we would go to fast food, we'd go to a restaurant, the mall. That's where you pick up the chicks. Got to go to the mall. 16 food court.
Oh yeah,
with Panda.
Yeah,
Panda would be right at the mall with me, just trying
Virginia's husband.
Just trying to score.
Beautiful. What was your 16-year-old nights like back in high school, Virginia?
Oh my! We used to go to. There would always be some derelict kid that was like, didn't finish high school, dropped out and started working, and had an efficiency apartment somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And he would.
Ours was Shad Mace.
He would get the beer, and we would all chip in, and then we would just hang out at his disgusting efficiency apartment and drink beer.
How old were you, would you say, when you first got a buzz from drinking?
Probably right around that, 15, 16, yeah.
Ralston, were you a little earlier?
Right about that age, yeah. It was Genesee Cream Ale.
Did you get sick of it?
I
Or
did.
sick on it?
It was terrible.
It sounds like you would get sick on it.
Yeah, I was at baseball practice the next day. The coach hit me a ground ball at second base. It hit me in the chest, and I projectile vomited.
That's a good look.
You left it on the field.
Like Genesee Cream Ale, when it comes back out, it is the consistent color of pee.
It sounds horrible.
It was fluorescent. It just was terrible. Yeah. What was the strangest moment in your life that you still can't explain to this day? Whoa. Do you have anything like that would stand out?
I have something that I think about a lot. I don't think I've ever talked about this on the radio.
Oh, boy.
When I was probably about 11, because I remember I had my pink bike with the banana seat, and that thing was fly. I wasn't supposed to take it all the way to the arcade. So the arcade was up by the highway.
Okay.
And I was never allowed to cross the highway, but I really wasn't supposed to go as far as the arcade was. But I did that day. I had gone up to the arcade and I had parked my bike out front. I had been inside with a bunch of kids playing video games. And then I had come back out and I was leaving, but I was by myself. And there was this guy in an older truck that was trying to get me to come over and look at these puppies that he had in the front passenger seat, on the floorboard.
Yeah.
He was trying to get me to come over and look at these puppies. Come see, I've got these puppies. I want you to see them. And at first I thought about it, but then I looked at him and then I looked at the truck and I don't know what told me to just get on my bike and leave. But I did, and I think about it a lot. I went home. I told my mom. My mom called the police, but, at that point, they weren't able to figure out, who the guy was or anything.
Okay.
So I don't know if, I don't know what became of the guy, if he ever lured anybody to look at his puppies. But there was a split second when I was like, man, I should go look at those puppies. I love puppies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That happened. There was a guy back at Kelsey Park and Lake Park that was trying to get me to go in his van, and my dad had to stop it. And he was like this painter guy, and he was kneeling down. He was trying to grab my shirt, and my dad stopped the whole thing because he didn't know my dad was there. But the same thing, trying to lure me to his van. Imagine that.
Yeah, a van is like where they love to lure.
Damn, dog. We both almost got kidnapped.
We both almost got abducted. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I think about it in my head. Like, I just think about that moment where I made the decision of, nah, I'm not going to look at the puppies. Much as I love puppies, I don't feel good about this.
Was it the year 1982?
It probably was around 82.
Because that's when mine happened too. Coincidence?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's crazy to think about, but that's why I'm so paranoid with my children, and I won't let them be alone in any circumstance where they can be snatched like that, because it almost happened to me.
You know what you were like.
There was a case in Lake Park. This guy was driving around in a truck, and he was holding out candy bars trying to get kids to his car, and they had to call the cops on that guy and chase him out of town. But you never know what happened.
See, and if that guy would have been successful, if some kid would have took the candy bar, is that just another one of those, missing kids or dead kids?
And the fact that they called the cops on him and they stopped him or talking to him is just giving a candy bar to a kid enough to arrest a guy. I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either. You have to wait for that guy to actually hurt a kid before you can hurt him, which to this day, I thank God that I got on my bicycle and ran away. But if I saw anybody trying to lure Magnolia or Rocco into their car with a candy bar or a puppy, I would physically attack them with the crowbar that I keep under my driver's seat.
There's no way I don't get lured as a kid or an adult. You have candy and a puppy. I want to see what's going on in there. Sorry, I'm curious.
Somebody texted in and said back in the day, one of the cruising spots here in South Florida used to be around Lake Worth Beach. You cruise around there to meet people. I assume up by the old casino they'd had there. And somebody else said the daredevil stuff that we used to do, didn't realize how dumb we were, was down there swimming around the Lake Worth Pier, and they would yell at us and be like going, idiot, there's like nothing but bloody fish all around here, and you got hammerhead sharks down there. You guys are going to lose a limb.
Yeah,
You don't want to swim in bloody water.
I knew guys that would swim in canals at nighttime.
I know.
It's crazy,
It's
right?
crazy.
Back in the day, like there were so many canals in Louisiana, and like people would jump in them, and they'd be like just splashing around. And
Well,
like,
just seeing the size of the gator that came out of the canal area where I live. To me now, I feel like everywhere in that canal there's gonna be a gator wanting to bite you.
I wouldn't be alive if I grew up in South Florida.
Yeah.
I feel it's more dangerous around here for dumb kids like I was around that age. All right, anything else you want to share with us, you can. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Interesting statement that divorced women are making as to the person that they married and why. Number one answer, very revealing. If you are divorced, maybe you're one of these people I'll tell you about next.
Looking for some KVJ merchandise and swag? Go to kvjshow.com and click KVJ Gear.
Can you imagine that people would know this in their mind and they would still get married? If you are a divorced woman, maybe you would agree with this. 30% of you knew that you were marrying the wrong guy on your wedding day, and you did it anyway.
I think that number's low.
Might be.
and you think maybe it's cold feet. See, that's how you talk yourself out of it. You're like, well, maybe I'm just nervous, and everybody gets cold feet on their wedding day, and it's just nerves. But it may have been for a lot of you, myself included, your inner voice telling you, don't do it, girl.
I feel like if you are having those kind of thoughts and they're really beating you over the head and it's ripping you apart and you really don't know, I don't know if you are ready to get married. I think you should know.
It's tough. I think that maybe...
But a lot of people that know still get cold feet and nerves on the day of. So what do you say to those people?
Nerves, I understand, and anxiety and all that. But cold feet, like, I don't know if I should be doing this. I don't know if you're ready, to be quite honest with you. But again, what do I know? Never been married. I'm in a wolf outfit.
The first time I got married, I was crying in the food court the morning of my wedding at 8 a.m.
You knew it was the right guy.
I knew it was a mistake.
Okay, but at that moment, then what is the reason why you still got married?
Because I had all this family that had come in town for this wedding, and it was paid for. It was a big deal. I figured it was just cold feet. I was going to work through it. I was pregnant. I was stupid.
That is the number one answer that the women gave. They said, we've dated for so long. I've got people in town. I've got so much invested in this. I don't want to waste all the time and the money that I've put into this day and invested into this relationship. How bad can it be?
Just do what Forrest Gump did and run.
Yeah, it's amazing that this many people have the exact same story.
It's real. It's real. It's a wedding is a pressure cooker, and it's really tricky, especially the first time you do it, because it's all new to you and you don't understand, and maybe you're younger and you have all this family pressure. And the second time around was so different for me. It was so not what the first time was.
And that's what I'm saying. You knew in your gut. You didn't have that cold feeling. Of course, because you were marrying the right person and it was the right time for you. It was the right situation. All of that.
Wow. Yeah, somebody said my best friend got married, knew it wasn't going to work, but did it anyway because they had $250,000 invested in it.
I also think people...
$250,000 for what?
The wedding.
Oh, my God.
She said, well, at least I'll have a fabulous party, and then they got divorced not even a year later. If I had paid that money, I'd be like, wow, okay.
$250,000?
Yeah.
I think people are afraid to be lonely. They can't. They're afraid of being alone, so they settle for somebody who's gonna we're gonna get married, but they don't really they don't love them or even like them. They're afraid of loneliness. I think that happens, man. I've seen it happen to people that I know. They'd rather be with somebody that sort of fills that lonely void, but they're not into that person at the core of it.
And aside from the religious obligations of it, I'm assuming that people just think that a legal ceremony is more binding. There's a better chance that they're not going to leave me because it's too much of a hassle, that they'll stay here with me, and a better chance I won't wind up lonely. Because why is it people getting married?
Yeah, well, I think humans don't like loneliness, and they do a lot of stupid things because of it.
Somebody texted in and said, I knew when I was getting married that it wasn't going to last. I knew it. We're walking down the aisle. This thing is, who knows?
That sucks so bad.
And they said it was the most expensive mistake financially and emotionally that I've ever made.
I mean, to walk down the aisle and to know in your gut, and I do believe we all know the answers in our gut, to know that this is not the one and you're still going through it. Just be honest at that point, right?
It's going to be so much harder to undo what you're doing. If you just be a runaway bride, you will save yourself so much heartache.
I mean, are you a jerk if you really wait till the deadline? She's at the
everybody's going to call you a jerk. But at the end of the day, you don't owe those people anything. You have to protect yourself financially, emotionally. And a divorce is way more painful than telling people that have flown in for a party, the party's off.
I'm with the witch on this one. I think you risk pissing everybody off, but...
Look, the people that love you won't be pissed.
I agree.
If they truly love you and care about you, and you say to those people, look, I made a mistake. This is not the marriage that I want to be in. I don't think I'm ready to marry this person. I'm trying to be smart here, and I hope you guys will forgive me. 99% of the people at your wedding will forgive you. Of course, you'll have the jerk-offs that'll have something to say, but do you care about them anyway?
Just don't get married.
Well, and I think times are changing.
Every day we talk him out of it.
Oh, you guys have ruined it. It's never going to happen. I'm never walking the plank. It's never going to happen. You guys have killed love.
Well, and I think there's a difference. Love is great.
I know.
Marriage can be the challenge. And, so many people are saying, look, I just grew up in an area where getting married and having babies was the expectation, and it's what you did. And I think the pressure magnifies itself if you live in that area. Friends are getting married, they're not available, you're alone. I can tell you, in a small town around here, you can find things to do as a single person, occupy yourself. For a lot of people, I just can tell you, if you've never grown up in a small town, if you take away family activities of things that you would do with your kids and there's nothing left. First of all, there's nothing to do anyway. But if you took that away, being single in a small town in your 30s or 40s, you're like, what do I do? What's going on? Because you go to I tell you, if you go to a bar there, it's depressing. Like the people that are at the bars, those guys are in their late 60s and
just got off the mill.
They are smoking and they are miserable, and you just look at them. They have the skin on their face is like melting into their beer. It's the weirdest look. It's terrible.
It's a look.
Yeah. It's a look of time, regret,
yes,
sadness, more regret.
That's not the kind of bar like what we have in South Florida. You don't want to be there every Friday and Saturday night.
I know what you're talking about, man.
So you get married and you have kids, and you're hoping for that Disney wedding and that marriage. And you're hoping that somehow that maybe he's not exactly Prince Charming, but he's good enough, right?
But again, though, I think you're settling.
And I think that's the question, because that's the correlation. It's like you need some kind of equation to do the math on where a guy needs to score at a certain level before they're marriage worthy. And nobody has that exact formula, because you want to say, okay, how good is this guy? Can I reach over and grab one of his chicken wings while we're eating and he not slap my hand away? You get a certain grade for that. And you add all this up and say, okay, yeah, this guy passes the score of marriage material, or no, he's not good enough. We need that.
Love. What is love?
Very confusing.
Baby, don't hurt me. What is love?
And every time it's a risk, too, because you never really know that person you're marrying.
You never even know the person. You never know anybody, Virginia.
You never know yourself, because...
Well, that's the one person you're supposed to conquer. That's the one person you're supposed to learn.
Guess what, Captain Cool? You're going to change every 10 years.
I believe that, but I also think there's a part of you that does not change. I really believe...
The fupa?
the fupa does change. It actually gets bigger and grosser and lower.
That's hot.
But again, what do I know? I'm wearing a Wolfman outfit.
Yeah. The regrettable reason why you got married, Jamie in the chat room says, I was guilted into it by my husband's mom on her deathbed.
Oh my!
Don't let the almost dead bring you down because they have a lot of power. I get it.
That is heavy.
You can just tell her yeah and then not do it. She's going to die anyway.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh my gosh.
She ain't gonna know.
Just some wise nuggets. People are texting into us right now. We were talking about how many women, 30% they say, knew on their wedding day that they were marrying the wrong guy, and they did it anyway because, well, you know, we've invested this money and time, and people are here, and I don't want them to get mad at me, so let's just do it. And then, you know, they wind up in a life of hell for the next couple of years and then going through the divorce. It is very tough. And you're right. The reason why some people do is they just don't want to be alone. And somebody texted in, listen to this. You can be married and alone.
You are right.
Wow.
It's a terrible loneliness, Virginia, when you feel isolated and there's people all around you. Damn.
Yeah.
Do we have beer here?
We do, because you brought like a case of beer in the other day. and you're
About
like,
time someone bringing this.
You said, well, it's Tuesday.
It's about time someone around these parts making some moves around here.
Somebody else texted in and said, we do not change as we grow older. We simply become more of ourselves. I think some
That's
people
pretty deep.
Some people, I do think some people think they'll grow into it. And be like, I'm getting married now. I don't feel it, but you know.
You don't grow into it. You grow sick of it.
Right.
Oh, you grow resentful. You grow.
So that's kind of the way it goes. Somebody said, if you're afraid of the people you invited to your wedding, that they'll be mad at you because you called off, you invited the wrong people. That actually is an interesting commentary as well, because what you had said, Virginia, is true. If people truly love you, they want what's best for you.
But yeah, when you're a bride on the day of her wedding and you're crying in the food court, you're not thinking that those people want the best for you. You're thinking about all the money they had to put out to come to Florida and pay, and then you're riddled with guilt.
Did you eat anything from the food court? No, of course not.
No,
not you.
I did not.
Yeah, what am I asking? What? Never mind.
I was shopping.
Got ya.
Somebody else said that my cousin had got married, spent over $100,000 on the wedding, and then left her 2 months later.
Wow.
$100,000 on the wedding? What's wrong with you?
Well, and the odd thing about it, they've been together for 9 years. So you're together for 9 years, and then you can't make marriage last for 2 months?
Or you can't say, a month before, hey, let's not do this $100,000 wedding.
Right. What do we? What?
You know what it is?
$100,000.
I'll tell you what happened with that one. The person that left and left the relationship, they were already cheating on that person, and they didn't think they could get through it. They didn't think they could be married and still mill around, so to speak, Virginia.
Wolf around.
All right. Well, coming up here in a couple of minutes, we'll find out who won today's KVJ draft. We drafted out the best video games of all time. It's kind of Dennys' thing.
I'm actually shocked by some of the numbers. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm winning, aren't I?
You're not doing terrible.
Oh, jeez. Virginia went all 80s video games. We'll run down who picked what and who won coming up next.
KVJ not only does a radio show, but also does an after-the-show podcast. Watch or listen on kvjshow.com.
Today for the KVJ draft, we did video games because Dennys loves video games, and his birthday was yesterday, so we thought it'd be a nice little present, a chance for him to, come in here and kind of tap dance on all of our heads and show us what there is to know about video games, because he puts in the time and the love. And so we voted out, and we each got to pick 3 video games, and today I chose Super Mario Brothers, The Legend of Zelda, and Minecraft. Dennys went with Call of Duty, Final Fantasy, and Red Dead. Of course, everybody loves those games. Virginia goes all 80s and went with Pac-Man, Frogger, and Q*bert.
Yeah.
Are we sure Frogger's not from 79?
Could be. Suits went with Grand Theft Auto, Halo, and Sonic the Hedgehog. And Bird chose Mortal Kombat, Madden Football, and Tetris. So as we look at the voting totals that happened on the KVJ Show Facebook page this morning, Finishing in last place, it's Suits.
Soups.
Whoa, Soupy.
And I am stunned and shocked and saddened to say that next to last is Dennys.
Whoa, that means the witch is in the mix.
Oh, the witch is top 3.
At least, and I think you are good.
Finishing in third place is Jaybird.
Old school wins. Both of you went old school.
I beat you with old school. Kevin had Mario. I wanted Mario.
But that's old school, though.
Yeah, they have some more recent games
Mario
too. Yeah.
Kart and
But I'm saying, though,
but Super Mario Brothers was the best.
It was the best.
I couldn't tell you if I went old school. I don't know what I went with. I
Zelda's
just looked up
old
video
school.
games. I don't even know.
It's old school and new school, but it's very old franchise.
Yeah, I don't even know any of these games except for Super Mario. That's the only one I've actually played, and I finished second. And that means
I can't believe it.
Virginia with Pac-Man, Frogger, and Cubert won the KVJ draft for best video games.
This is amazing.
I saw all the comments. People who aren't gamers, i.e. old people, are like, I'm voting for Pac-Man. Oh, I love Cubert. I remember that back in the 80s.
Frogger was my cut.
It really is unbelievable.
Oh, thank you, Senior Center. This one's for you.
I was going to go old school, and I didn't.
You gotta go with your heart, Bird. Your heart's old. Stop trying to pretend like you're young.
It's old. I think it's not doing well.
Wow. How about that? So congratulations. I did not think we were going to be congratulating Virginia.
I didn't either.
On the video game draft win.
I demand a recount.
Oh, you do?
I want all of the voting counted again, Dennys.
You're not going to concede.
I'm not. I want all of the voting counted again.
The transition has begun.
Nope.
I am moving into the office of number 1.
Facebook, I want all the votes. Instagram, all the votes. I want them all counted again.
Coming up in 10 minutes, somebody else is going to qualify for $5,000. We're giving away tomorrow. You'll pick up $100 with the 5K workday payday, and Jaybird's Thought for the Day is next. Coming up, we got the KVJ After the Show podcast. We actually do bonus material. Talk about whatever we want to talk about. There's no restrictions on it whatsoever because it is a podcast, not broadcast on the radio. You can watch it live, though, on Facebook and YouTube, and you can get it on the 97.9 WRMF app. Listen whenever it's convenient for you. It's called the After the Show podcast, or we call it the ATS.
We can say what we want to say.
That's right. That's how we do it. So we're going to be doing that live here in about maybe 5 minutes. We'll jump on that. Before we get to it, though, Bird, if you would, wrap us up here with your thought for the day.
We've talked a lot about the lack of love, in that last segment, loving the wrong person. So this one's dedicated to all those people who might think they married the wrong person. Love doesn't hurt. Loving the wrong person does.
Oh,
Did you miss a segment from the KVJ Show? Find it on kvjshow.com or soundcloud.com/.